Merry Christmas, puppers! Welcome to a special that we've been planning for a few weeks, and we're finally here. We binged 18 movies.
Yes.
In
a week.
A little over a week, yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, we are ranking all 18 Rankin Bass specials.
We're ranking.
We're ranking the bass. Exactly. Alrighty.
Don't judge that's where the video idea came from.
Our standard audio test, and then we're gonna jump right into it.
Alrighty. Don't judge that's where the video idea came from.
Our standard audio test. I think we're good. Jump right into it.
Oh, I'm hacking.
Hack, sling, slasher.
Yeah.
All right.
Always sick.
So, what we have here. Behold! Rankin Bass specials. All 18 of them. Which we got on a nice little DVD gift.
Yes. So I purchased the box set of all of the Christmas Rankin Bass movies. So.
And feel free to add your own thoughts in the chat. We will read them off as they come in. But do we want to go as they're listed here, or do we want to go
do we want to go in the order that we watched them?
I don't remember the order we watched them.
I have the order.
You have it all on one paper.
I only used one
I just
page
kind of
back and
scratched through, and I think I went up to 8 pages.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So, and I know that we didn't.
5, 6, 7.
I didn't take notes, but the first one we watched was Jack Frost.
That is true. That was before we started taking notes.
So I originally bought it because you were like, "Oh, I really like the Rankin Bass, Christmas specials. They're really nostalgic for my childhood." And
yeah,
we didn't watch them a whole lot growing up. They, we might have watched one or two, but we were really big on the Christmas Story, Home Alone.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so much the Rankin Bass cartoons, and but I went online and I found a box set, and I was like, "Yeah, I think that'd be nice." So.
Yep.
Now we have all of them.
And we watched all of them.
And
there were some that was just yeah, still good. Others that I discovered, it's wow, I forgot how good this was.
Yeah.
And then there were even others that were new that I was just oh,
that's fantastic.
I wish I saw this as a kid. Hello! Welcome to the stream, Dragon Wings.
So, and then
Feel free to post your thoughts of your experience with the Rankin Bass classics.
It's your sister, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was because I see I can't see it too well. I don't have my glasses on, but I'm Joey. Hi guys.
Hello.
I do have my coffee. But do you want to do in the order that we watched them, or just go?
We can do that. Because there's only 18, and luckily
there's only 18.
I looked at the pictures, and they're easy to find out which one is which.
Yeah, they are pretty well labeled.
So do we want to rank them as we talk about them, or do we want to talk about them?
Yeah, I think we can move them, and then we'll move them around we discuss. So,
and I'll say this a couple times: if you're coming into the chat and you want to add your thoughts, it's not going to influence our ranking. But we are going to...
It might. You might say something that...
be light
I didn't
bulb.
think of that,
Cousin. Fair enough.
Oh, it's Joanna's channel. Okay.
All right then.
All right. Well, then let's...
Start with Jack Frost,
let's start with
1979.
Yeah. So I liked this movie mainly because it shows a different depiction of Jack Frost.
Yeah, he's usually, with the exception of Rise of the Guardians by DreamWorks.
Which I haven't seen the full thing. I think I've seen parts of it, literally at your parents' house during Christmas. I've never actually seen the whole movie. But I meant within the scope of, the Rankin Bass cartoons of, he's usually depicted as kind of the bad guy.
Yeah.
Where he's oh, I know what I'll do. I'll freeze everything. I'll get all kinds of snow. And
Sis is here now. I was making Christmas pancakes.
Ooh.
Christmas pancakes.
That's a good idea.
Jot that down.
I know, write that down. I need to buy more syrup. I put syrup in my coffee, and we're a little low on syrup.
All right, then.
But which for any coffee drinkers, it's delicious. But yeah, the Jack Frost Rankin Bass. I mean, it's not like my absolute favorite. Holly is adorable, but she serves no purpose. But
Yeah, she just
freaking
I look cute.
Yeah, she is freaking cute.
Speaking of Holly, we are having a narration by the groundhog,
I know,
because that's what the whole
Groundhog's
story's
Day.
about. Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
And if he sees his shadow, 6 more weeks of winter. And the groundhog is voiced by Buddy Holly. Fans of The Little Mermaid know him as Scuttle.
Yeah.
He was a big comedian back in
Yeah.
the day. Oh, pardon me. One of the weak points about this movie, and you'll hear it a couple times, maybe it has to do with I didn't have a nostalgic attachment to it. I didn't care for the songs in this one.
Yeah.
I thought they were
Well,
okay.
again, I think that's with me. I did not grow up with most of these movies. I think like
You saw like 2 or 3.
yeah. And again, very few times they weren't played on loop in my house. So like it wasn't I don't really have nostalgic attachment to any of them.
Yeah.
So, and that was really obvious. It's interesting when we do these things because a lot of the time you have nostalgic attachment and you're like, oh, but just give it a chance. I'm like, it's bad, bro. Like, take the rose-colored glasses off. It's bad. And then you'll do that to me. And I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree. I'm not a big Christmas music fan to begin with. So Christmas
That is true.
music is usually not my dig.
There's one movie on here where I was just like, you get that negativity out of this house. I love this movie. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
I really liked the Baron, and especially his Iron Soldiers. I thought that was a very cool effect and aesthetic.
It was cool. Because you took notes. I didn't take notes on Jack Frost. So that was before.
I took
we
a
decided to
handful
do
of
video.
notes, and then after that, it's just like, let's just do all of them.
Yeah,
and
and
we'll
I was like,
just
that's a great idea.
jot
but
down the notes.
I'm not going to take notes.
Jack Frost is one of your favorites. Really?
I mean, like I said, I really like this interpretation of Jack Frost. I
Yeah,
thought
I like
that
the
he
character.
was charming. I thought
Like, he wants to be human.
the story made sense because you.
I like that he doesn't get the girl.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
wish
big fan of like
The
melancholy.
guy she does end up with had a bit more character, but
Well, I think the big thing is the whole time. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at names. But like the whole time she's like, I want my golden knight.
Yes.
You know, I want the golden knight. And then all of a sudden the golden knight shows up. So it's kind of like,
yeah.
okay, does she learn and grow and end up with Jack Frost, or does she end up with the golden knight, which is what she has always wanted?
Yeah.
So I do really like the idea that Jack Frost sacrifices what he always wanted so that she can get what she wanted. Like I said, I think that's a really sweet interpretation of Jack Frost. It's not as frosty as the other ones.
So would you call it a pretty good or it's fine? Now that these are our rankings. We got fantastic, which we've called part of the family.
Yeah.
Pretty good, which is sleep at the foot of the bed. It's fine, take it for a walk. Wasn't a fan, take it to the shelter and just put it down.
Yeah. So because our channel is all pet themed,
Yep.
that's what that is, like the pets that are part of the family where they're all right, they can sleep at the foot of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd take it for a walk, but I would definitely take it back to its own home.
So for Jack Frost, what are we thinking?
I would
Because I don't have a strong...
I teeter between the it's fine and pretty good.
All right, let's put it in it's fine for now.
Yeah.
Because we will be adjusting as we go along.
I feel like it's pretty standard middle of the road for me personally. Of like, I would watch it again next year.
I would say there's nothing inherently wrong with it, but
There are others.
others
that I
are
would
just
wanna watch
much
first.
better that I'd want to watch first. Exactly.
Where if you're like, hey, we have 40 minutes. What do you want to watch? I don't know that I would pick this one first.
Yeah. Like, we went through all the movies because it's fun to rank them, but in future Christmases, there's some of these that's just like, I don't want to watch that again.
There's
Whereas
one
others,
in
it's just like,
particular that
what?
I'm like, if there weren't 4 other movies on that disc, I would just throw it away. So,
Next up, please.
we did Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman in
1969.
1969. This was the 2D animated classic.
Yes.
That was only 20-some minutes long.
Yeah, it was pretty short. I was surprised at how many 2D animations there were for Rankin Bass. I
thought there was like 2.
I know. I didn't know that they did 2D animation. Like, I did not
I
know
knew that
those
because
were
of the
Rankin
Hobbit
Bass.
movie.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. So, Yeah, I love that he didn't get the girl. But for Frosty the Snowman, it's nostalgic for me, but not in the way that you would think. I actually never saw the movie before. That was the first time I ever saw Frosty the Snowman in its entirety. But my sister has a deep hatred for Frosty the Snowman. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. She's fine with other snowmen. Like, she's cool if it's just, like, a snowman. But if it is particularly Frosty the Snowman, she's like, get that out of here. Like, she hates him so much. So I did torture her for almost the entirety of the 20 minutes that we were watching Frosty the Snowman by sending her snaps. And she was like, I just won't open them anymore. So if you didn't know, Snapchats don't delete. They will just sit in your inbox. So she did not open like 4 or 5 of them and then had to open them later. So you're welcome, Annie. What did you think?
I thought it was okay. It's very much the standard. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, there's that nostalgia. I love the animation. Hocus Pocus the rabbit, I forgot how he's like the real hero of the whole cartoon.
Yeah. They left Karen on the roof.
They left Karen on the roof at the end.
Poor Karen. She tried so hard. She almost died. She literally brought Frosty to life. She gave him life, and he left her on the roof.
I like the voice work.
Yeah.
I think they're having fun, especially Professor Hickle. He calls himself the evil magician.
Evil magician.
Messy, messy, messy. Where is that rabbit?
Yeah. I would agree it's fine. I like Jack Frost more than I liked Frosty, so I definitely think Jack Frost should be first, because if it was between the two of them, I would pick Jack Frost.
Yeah. But, like, when I think of Frosty the Snowman, it's very much the standard. It's fine. Even growing up, it was fine. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
But I never disliked it. It was charming. It's short.
I feel like if I cared enough as a child, I probably would have been afraid of Frosty the Snowman. Because, like, how does putting a hat on, like, bring you to life? I would be very afraid that someone would take the hat and put it on bad things. Because that's the type of kid I was. Yay.
I feel like that's a plot for, like, a direct-to-DVD sequel.
I know. Which, speaking of sequels, the next one that we watched was Frosty's Winter Wonderland, 1976.
Yup. And the notable thing about this, and, like, these are the fun facts that just make me giddy. Andy Griffith, who most people know from the Andy Griffith Show, again, a big-time comedian at the time, he's the narrator of this.
I like that they made him look like Andy Griffith. Like, you could tell the 2D animation was based off of his actual appearance.
Yeah.
Which I always like it when they do things like that. I'm like, I see it. Like, it's just fun to see the style, like the stylistic choices that they make in animation.
Now, something I noticed, well, both of us noticed, was with the stop motion, a lot of the animation was done overseas in Japan.
Yeah.
Is that the same with the 2D? Did you notice any, like, Japanese names during the credits?
I did. There definitely isn't as many. With the 2D animation, all of the puppets were made in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why there were so many, because there's so much that goes into making those types of puppets, and all of the things that come with them, all of, like, the different facial expressions. Because from what I looked into, they were like stickers. Mm-hmm. So, like, anytime their, like, eyes would change, or their eyebrows would change, or their mouth would change, those are stickers that go on top of the puppet.
Right.
So, like, those were all handcrafted by Japanese artists, which I thought was really cool, especially considering the time frame of being in the 60s and 70s, when there was a lot of war going on. So I think that it was really cool that they were still able to put this type of thing together.
Yeah.
But I know for the 2D, a lot of the backgrounds were done. And I don't think the backgrounds, I didn't research it, but I don't know if it was that they were done in Japan or just Japanese artists that lived in the U.S. made them. So,
yeah.
But I do know the puppets were made in Japan and shipped to the U.S. For filming. But as for the other artists that did, like, background work, I don't know if that was the same same like studio or if it was just happenstance. I didn't look it up. I forgot.
So earlier we were talking about how Jack Frost had a more positive light of the character. Frosty's Winter Wonderland is how we mostly know as Jack Frost, the trickster, the one who's a bit selfish.
Yeah, not just trickster, but like he's
mischievous.
And he's trying to ruin the time. Like he's like, oh, everyone's having fun. I'm gonna ruin their day.
Yep.
Like, which makes me sad because I like winter. And I don't think Jack Frost would be mean. I think he's just like, hey, go sledding. Like, here's more snow. Mm-hmm. But what is cool about this one is he sees the error of his ways and turns nice at the end. So when Frosty and my favorite part of this one, Frosty's wife, Crystal,
it's not the Snow Parson?
I do like him though too. I was like, that's funny as shit. But like Frosty's wife, I like my only note is at least he's got good taste in women because he was like, oh, she's round and sweet, and I was like, good taste in women.
No Karen in this one.
She's round and plump.
She's still stuck on the roof.
I know, she probably died on the roof. But it was interesting to see the evolution of Frosty himself. Because he goes from like very childlike happiness of like, I don't know what's going on, I'm super happy, to being like, I'm kind of lonely.
Yeah.
Like, you all are people and I'm not a people, and I'm aware of that. I have social consciousness now. And so they build him a little wife, and his love, because they build her like a little flower.
Yeah.
I think it's a brooch or a barrette or something.
Okay.
And that's what brings her to life. So, but she's really cute, and I liked her a lot.
I have a note here, and at the time, I knew the context, but now I'm just like, all right, what? Mini Haha? Do you remember what that was about?
They called someone Mini Haha, and it made me give like a really hard laugh because that was my nickname growing up.
Okay.
Like even I'm sure tonight we were visiting my family, my very small family now, for Christmas Eve, and my aunt, who calls me Mini Haha, I can guarantee she's gonna say Mini Haha or Minhead. Like those were my nicknames: Mini Haha, Mini Minhead. Like, so I had a really hearty laugh when they said Mini Haha.
So where would we put this? Does it go here or does it go here?
I would put it between Jack Frost and Frosty.
Okay.
Like, I still like Jack Frost a little bit better.
Sure.
But I do like the sequel better than the first one. The first one, again, one of the things that really annoyed me was that, like, as soon as he comes to life, he has knowledge of some things, but then he's like, what's a house? Like, I'm sorry, you know what a scarf and hat are, but you don't know what a house, like, who's giving you this knowledge? Whereas the second one, I like that it was less of that. Like, he knew more, and the things that he didn't know would make sense that he didn't know.
Yeah, like making a figure 9 when he thinks it's an 8.
Yeah.
He's like, derp.
Yeah. So those were fun. But that's where I'd put it.
I accept.
Yeah. I also, one of the notes I have for that one is they used the correct cardinals.
Yeah.
But they didn't utilize gay cardinal season. Everyone always puts like 2 bright red cardinals. Those are 2 male cardinals. And I'm like, it's gay cardinal season. Instead of like a male and a female cardinal. Yep. Not that there's anything wrong with gay cardinal season. But I appreciate it because I really love female cardinals. I think they're cute.
They are cute. All right, what's next up?
The next one we watched.
'Twas the Night Before Christmas?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a little bit of organization in my notes.
1974. So this one was another 2D. So we watched a lot of 2Ds all in a row.
Yes. I never saw this one before.
Yeah, I never saw this one either.
Like, I have memories of Jack Frost a little bit. I have memories of even Frosty's Winter Wonderland. I'm like, oh yeah, Frosty gets a wife somewhere, somehow. I remember a cartoon of he has a wife. Yeah. I don't remember.
Crystal.
anything about the plot or the
I wonder
characters.
if my sister likes Crystal or if it's just Frosty. Like,
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask her. So this one, even as we watched, it's very forgettable, which kind of makes me sad because I did enjoy it as we were watching it.
The first half, I was just kind of like, this isn't going to leave an impression. And then the second half, I felt was stronger.
Yeah. I think after the song A Miracle Needs a Hand.
Yeah, that's a really good song.
When it picked up, I love that song. I feel like that's a song that I would listen to and enjoy.
I've already listened to it like 6 times since we've seen the movie.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Just
you
a
walk
good
around the
song.
house humming Christmas music, and I'm like listening to my audio horror book. Like, it's cool.
This is fine. But yeah, the plot of that is letters are being rejected by Santa.
Yes.
And because there's a skeptical mouse.
Well, it's like somebody wrote... I think they, like, wrote an article in the paper of, like, Santa's not real.
Yeah. Signed all of us.
Yeah, signed all of us. So Santa's like, well,
like,
F you guys.
Yeah.
I just won't show up. And then everybody is really sad because Santa's not coming. And then it's, like, the redemption arc of this, like, teenage mouse who wrote the letter.
Yeah.
And the people know the mice. They're buddies. They're friends. Like, the mice are tenants of the people.
Yeah.
So, which I thought was kind of funny.
But when we get to, like, the revelation that, like, the son wrote the article and stuff like that, it gets a little preachy. And I'm like, uh-oh, where's this going?
It does get a little bit preachy.
And then we get into the second half, which is more thoughtful and heartfelt.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they managed to stick the landing. I'll allow this.
Yeah. It was questionable to start.
It was like, is this a story or is this a sermon?
Yeah.
And it was able to stick the landing appropriate enough to where I would even say, I like it more than Frosty.
Yeah.
But I don't like it as much as Jack Frost.
See, whereas I'm like, if I watched them back to back, like if I watched The Night Before Christmas and then Jack Frost, I would say I liked it more than Jack Frost. But
Okay.
I think Jack Frost is more memorable.
I agree.
Like I remember the characters more in Jack Frost, and like I remember parts of the beginning, the middle, and the end. Whereas in 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, there's like patches missing where I'm like, I don't remember how they got here. But I like the message of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas more, and I like the music more. Mainly that one song. Like that one song really.
That's
really
a really
hits home.
good song.
Yeah,
I
like
think
the
if we
message.
were ranking like all the Rankin Bass songs,
that would
it would be in
towards
like
the top.
fantastic.
Yeah, that
Yep.
would definitely be towards the top.
But we're ranking the movies, and one good song doth not a good movie make.
Yeah. But I would say if anybody wants to listen to it, it is called Miracle Needs a Hand.
Even A Miracle Needs a Hand, and be careful, there is also a South Park version.
Oh, yeah, but not the South Park version.
The South Park version cracked me up, because
They,
for
like,
one
changed
thing,
the animation for a second.
it's... well, yes, I think Kyle becomes a Rankin Bass character for a frame. Kenny gets run over, and they're just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I think what's hilarious is it is not a well-known song.
Yeah, why would you pick that one? But it's a fantastic song. I would look it up.
So a lot of people, like, when you look up Even a Miracle Needs a Hand, people are just like, oh my god, this is where the South Park song came from.
Realistically, I would say behind Jack Frost.
Right there?
Yeah.
I can accept that.
Yeah.
So far, Jack Frost is doing good. We might even be able to bump him up to pretty good.
I would be okay with that, actually.
Sounds good to me. Congratulations, Jack Frost.
Just, like, comparatively to the other ones that we've seen, I would put him up there. The next one we watched was Rudolph and Frosty.
Christmas in July.
Christmas in July.
Listen, so when we're going through all these movies, and I was kind of like breaking them down by length, this was the one that not only had a bizarre title, but it was the only one that was 90 minutes long. And I looked at you and I said, this is either going to be the greatest thing we've ever seen, or absolute torture.
To find the Christmas in July synopsis, because when you read the synopsis of it, you're like, what the hell is going on? So it's let's see, Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July is a stop-motion special where the evil wizard Winterbolt awakens from his spell, tries to steal the magic from Rudolph's nose, and take over the North Pole, forcing Rudolph, Frosty, and Santa to team up to stop him during a 4th of July adventure at a struggling circus. All while Winterbolt uses a jealous reindeer named Scratcher and magical blizzards to thwart their efforts to save the circus and get home. What the hell is happening there? Like... It's so random. I was like, what is this even going to be?
What's hilarious is while I was watching, I was just like, oh my god, this is Avengers Endgame before Avengers Endgame. This is like the Rankin Bass Smash Brothers crossover.
Yeah, it was such a weird synopsis. I was like, this is going to be awful. And then it was honestly so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Like, to be honest... Out of this batch,
I liked it better than
it was
Frosty.
my favorite.
Yeah. I liked it better than Jack Frost.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It had a couple very catchy songs. It had snow dragons. It
Yeah.
had snow dragons.
I mean, that's my first note, cool ass dragons.
Like, that is so cool. Winterbolt was actually a very compelling and fun villain.
Yeah,
I'd say the best villain.
I also have, Milton, the flying ice cream man. He was played as though you were supposed to know who he was, but he was just like an ice cream man that delivers ice cream in a hot air balloon. And I was just like, who the heck are you? But I also have that it was dark. Like, it
had some dark aspects.
It has some really dark themes of, like, spoilers. But, like, Rudolph has to take the fall for something that he was tricked into, and the only way he can save Frosty and his whole snow family's life is to sacrifice his magic, the magic in his nose. And he goes into, like, a bad depression. And there's a really sad scene where he's just like, I'm not good enough anymore, and he, like, dips his little nose into, like, red glitter and just stares at himself in the mirror.
Right.
And I was like, oh my god! Like, are you okay? It gets dark. Frosty and his whole family die at one point.
They do.
Yeah, it was,
We even have, like, an evil reindeer named Scratcher.
Yeah.
who schemes and tricks Rudolph.
Yeah.
In giving the money away. And then we have...
circus was neat.
Oh, what was her name? Do I have her name?
The owner of the circus.
The owner of the circus.
So I don't remember her name, but she's very clearly based on Annie Oakley.
Yeah.
She's got kind of like...
And those were the only songs where you were just like, yeah, not digging the music.
Yeah, where it was just like, almost weirdly, like she's just talking about things that don't make sense, but to a song.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked at the end, she's holding up her little guns, and he's like, you can't shoot me. And she's like, nope, but they're made of iron. And she just throws the whole gun.
Yep.
Like, it was such a
These babies are made of iron. And she perfectly explains the movie after, like, the circus ends. She goes, there you go, folks. A little corny, but expensive. And I'm like, doesn't that just describe the movie?
And it's like, this was the first of the movies that we watched that was the stop motion, where I was genuinely like, how did they do this?
Yeah.
Like, they would have shots where the puppets are moving, which is the stop motion aspect. So they're moving, but the camera is also panning.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, my mind was blown on like a technical level of like, how the hell did they do this? Like, this was way before like CG and, like post-editing type things. So to be able to move the camera and the puppets at the same time, I was just like, wow, those shots were just insane. They were so good.
You make some good points. Perhaps this one is better than Jack Frost. Haven't seen it in a few years.
Wait. So you've seen, like, Rudolph and Frosty Save Christmas in July? You've seen this movie. Like...
It's a fever dream.
I was like, if I would have seen this as a child, I would have thought I made it up. Like, it's one of those types of movies of, like, was there, like, a time where Frosty and Rudolph were BFFs and they, like, go to a circus in the middle of July to save Christmas? Like,
And someone would be like, you're done.
Yeah. Like, how much did you have to drink?
We're going to cut you off. All right, so you're cut off. My favorite's the one with the snow dragons.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they were really freaking cool.
And the rain snakes.
That's impressive, dude. That's impressive that you've seen it. I had no idea this even existed. But yeah,
they clearly had fun with this concept. I love that it combines previous movies. There's aspects of Santa Claus is coming to town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Frosty's Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
Like Crystal's back. They
pulled...
got kids.
Well, it's funny because in the sequel of Frosty the Snowman, like when they're fantasizing about their life, they have little snow children and a little snow dog, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna have snow babies. Yep. And then they do, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. Except when they die and their puddles are smaller, and I was like, oh my god, they even got the size of the puddles right. Like, I was pretty upset.
Mr. and Mrs. Claus are adorable.
Yes.
They're couples goals.
Oh my god.
They're trapped in a tornado,
cute.
and he's just like, I see rainbows when I think of you.
I was like in tears. Just like there were little tears in my eyes. Like, they love each other so much. Like, it just warmed my heart to see pretty much all of the renditions of Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, where I'm just like, they're so cute.
There were even characters that showed up where I was just like, okay, sure. And then we saw other Rankin Bass movies, like Rudolph's Shiny New Year. There's like a whale.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that's where the whale came
they're
from.
Like pulling from the entire universe. Like
that's what I mean.
Rankin
Like
Bass
it's the
universe,
MCU before the MCU.
Like everybody shows up at one point to come help.
Screw Thanos. We got Winterbolt.
Yeah. Snow dragons. But yeah, I definitely think it deserves to be in the pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, it was way better than the synopsis. Like, there's not a better way to write that synopsis. It is accurate, but it's
And I didn't feel the length. There were a couple songs where I kind of checked my phone.
Yeah, some of the songs were a bit wonky, but like...
It was fun.
Yeah, the story was cohesive and it flowed really well. Yeah.
There was a lot of puppets.
I thought it was fun to watch.
It was a fun story. You could tell the actors were having a good time.
Yeah.
And there was just always something wild on like a minute-to-minute basis.
I know.
Whether it was just a puppet, it was just like, did I seriously just see that? Or a line like, elephants? I thought the midgets were going to play the elves.
Oh my god, I thought you were going to bust the gut.
I was just
you laughed
they did not just
hard.
say that.
I was like, well, it is the 70s. So... Yeah,
So how do you top that?
Yeah, I was just like, this is a wild freaking ride. But yeah, I think it definitely deserves to be there. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch.
I have to restart the music. Hold on, folks. No.
Not yet.
We do not. And back.
We have some slight Christmas music going on in the background, but it's only 50 minutes, so...
Hopefully it's very quiet and it doesn't overlap our voices. Yeah. I assume because you guys are responding to us, you can hear us clearly.
Well, I can even see it, like, in the audio levels, but it's pretty quiet, so that's good.
Perfect.
The next one we watched was actually one of the only ones that I saw previously.
Okay.
Which is... Nestor the Christmas Donkey.
Okay. This one I have not seen.
Random one that
I was familiar when I saw Nestor, like the character, and I'm like, okay, that's who this is. But I've never seen the movie before.
We actually watched this in church, like in our youth group. We watched Nestor the Christmas Donkey.
That was the little drummer boy for us.
Yeah. And we also watched that one.
Which had a part 2 that even my youth group...
That was still really good.
Yeah. Even my youth group... Never mentioned a part 2.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
But we used to have like movie nights in youth group growing up where like everybody would spend the night at the church and like they would play movies and have popcorn and like pizza and stuff. So youth group was way more fun than church.
Always.
Catholics, but youth group pretty much was like undoing everything church would do. So, of like, feel good about yourself, and then church would be like, suffer! But anyway, Nestor the Christmas Donkey was 1977.
Mm-hmm.
So the notes that I have for that one, I really love that the angel writes notes on its wings.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we have
Tilly
to...
the cherub, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to go to the city, but I don't remember. And she's like looking through her wings and she's like, oh, Bethlehem. Like she finds the note on her wing. And I'm like, that's adorable. That's like how people write notes on their hands. So,
Just making sure.
trying to think of what some of my notes mean. Don't laugh and make somebody cry song.
Don't laugh and make somebody cry. I'll be honest.
So, like,
the music of this one
was...
did not last.
I wrote down, like, if I liked the song.
I thought it was charming when I heard it.
Yeah.
But if you asked me, what was your favorite song from Nestor?
Apparently for me it was Don't Laugh and Make Somebody Cry.
Don't laugh and make somebody cry. Okay.
Which I think was the song that they sing when, like, Nestor is tripping over his ears all the time and everyone's laughing at him and he's real sad.
Aw.
So when it's like, don't laugh at someone and make them cry.
It was kind of a sad movie.
Oh yeah, it's extremely sad, especially like the whole time Nestor's poor mother is like, eat baby, and she like gives him her food because the mean stable master won't give him food because he trips over his ears, so he's not contributing.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, you don't do anything, so I'm not going to feed you.
Well, he's super pissed because the Roman soldiers come by to be like, we need donkeys, and we're just going to take them. And then they look at Nestor and they're like, you can have that one.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want this one, take it for free. And he's like, oh, you're giving stuff for free, so he takes all the donkeys for free. And then the guy gets mad and like literally overhand throws Nestor into the woods. But like, yeah, it's really sad. I think for me, like, it hits home because it shows like the motherhood aspect of like Nestor's mom being like, well, that's my baby.
Yeah.
Like, here, eat some of mine. And he's like, but you're hungry. Like, you worked. And she goes, there's enough for both of us.
Yeah.
There's very clearly not enough for both of them.
Yeah.
And it's the same of like when he gets thrown into the woods and she busts out. She's like, I'm going to get my baby. And he's like, don't come back. And she's like, deuces.
Yeah.
You know, clearly in those exact terms. But she finds him, like, in a snowdrift in the woods, and she shields him with her own body. And he's like, but you're cold. And she goes, I'm fine. You know, it's fine. Just tuck your ears in and stay warm.
Ears,
and she
Nestor.
freaking dies.
Yeah. She
freezes to death because she kept him warm with her body. So, like, if you're not crying at this point, you're a monster. Like, it was so sad.
Okay, so we're definitely not going to put this in wasn't a fan.
Well, no, like the movie as a whole, but like it's much sadder than some of the other ones. Like,
I thought it was cute but not very memorable, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I like Nestor as a character. I like his little long ears.
Like, as I was watching it, I was like, hold on. Don Bluth did a movie very similar to this about like a dopey donkey that ends up serving a great purpose by being, spoilers, the donkey
that takes
Mary and Joseph to Bethlehem.
I mean, I'm okay with like wasn't a fan.
I wouldn't be that harsh.
There were scenes
because like there's nostalgia here. It's somewhere here. It's close to wasn't a fan, but it's not. It's not that I wasn't a fan. I just didn't find it super memorable.
Yeah. And it was a short one. I think it was only like 24 minutes.
Yeah. So we can do that.
And I definitely don't think it needed to be any longer. If it was any longer, I would have been checking the time. Like, come on, get on with it. Like,
yeah.
Because we follow Nestor on his journey from like, okay, my mom died, so now he can't go back home to like his stable, so he's traveling. He gets, you know, found by this cherub who's like, you're special, Nestor. And he's like, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. And then they go on like a montage journey together where he then gets captured and taken to another stable, which is where Mary and Joseph buy him so that they can go to Bethlehem to pay their taxes. Yeah, I think that's okay.
All right.
Yeah, I would say it's similar to like if we watched Nestor and Frosty back to back, I'd prefer Nestor over Frosty.
Sounds good. What was next?
Rudolph's New Year.
Rudolph's Shiny New Year. Okay.
Yes.
This
1976.
One never even heard of.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Like the one I looked, I was just like, oh, Christmas in July, that's a fever dream. Whereas Rudolph's Shiny New Year, I was just like, beats the hell out of me.
I really liked Father Time, the depiction of
Father Time was a very cool puppet.
Yeah, he was. I just like, I've never seen him depicted with a scythe.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting take. I didn't get the chance to like look up why they chose a scythe. But then it's like also death is depicted with a scythe. Mm-hmm. So if you have like the master of time who's
Yeah.
getting ready to die, like,
Yeah.
it would make sense to have a scythe.
Rudolph Shiny New Year was when I started to realize that you can do a lot with just the subject matter of Christmas.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh wow, there's like 18 of these, and even by Rudolph Shiny New Year, they're still introducing like fresh ideas
Yeah.
and ways to have fun with it.
Yeah. I think it was
Like
really...
there's time travel in this movie technically.
Yeah.
Because it's all about searching for the baby New Year, who, like Nestor, has big dopey ears.
Yeah. But he's
Characters
really
laugh,
sensitive.
and then he's like,
yeah, and then he's like, well,
I'm
I
outta
guess no
here.
one loves me. I'm gonna leave. I think.
Yes, of course, the caveman, because this movie has dinosaurs. So already it has to be in the pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it has dinosaurs. So by default, it has to be in the pretty good because I'm a simple bastard.
Well, I would put it in pretty good for a lot of reasons. I really like that they utilize fairy tales.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's, so the point is there's like all of the father times.
Mm-hmm.
Father time only lives for an eon. So after an eon, or no, he lives for an eon,
Yep.
and then once his time is up, he gets sent to like this island where time stands still.
Yep.
So in order to find the new baby New Year, Rudolph has to go to these different islands. And so there's Caveman with the dinosaurs, and he's super sarcastic. I'm like, that'd be you if you were like, where he's just like, oh, haha, like he is just
Listen,
really sarcastic.
I relate too much to old sarcastic characters.
Oh yeah, because I have like
They are my spirit animals.
OM,
But that's not the character that called me out on my own personality. We'll get to that character.
Was last, yeah. But I have like OM makes fun of 1023. So like when they go, so OM is like 1 million. So he's like the very first Father Time, and so his nickname is OM for 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get to like the era of 1023, he's just laying into this guy, like just making fun of him. I have like a laughing, crying face on there because he just is ruthless with 1023.
Oh.
But I really like that they introduced a lot of the fairy tales, because when they get to the era of like when all these fairy tales were coming out, they introduced like Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, the Three Pigs, Miss Muffet,
The Three Bears.
Humpty Dumpty, the Snow White, Rumpelstiltskin, the Three Little Bears. Like, I just thought it was really interesting how they can incorporate all of those stories, and like especially Miss Muffet. Like, who remembers Little Miss Muffet? So, and to see it, and they're not explicitly stating who it is either. You just have to recognize them.
It's like a montage, really.
Yeah.
Because, like, each island, it's an archipelago, and each island is a different time period. And so there's one that's prehistoric.
Like, when they're on this island.
This one's 1023, which is the fairy tales.
When they're on this island, they're, like, Baby New Year was just there, so they're going to all of these different fairy tales, like, have you seen him? And then they're like, oh, he went that way. So, like, it's very brief interactions, but you just recognize them based on, like, the visual aspect. So, like, with the exception of the Three Little Bears, because he befriends Baby Bear, and then Baby Bear laughs at his ears, and he leaves. Yeah, I really like this one, too. We
even had a villain. Aeon, the terrible vulture.
Yeah.
And this was where we were introduced to Big Ben the whale.
Yes. The only negative note that I have on this one is I didn't like that they switched to 2D for flashbacks. So, like, during a flashback, they switched from the puppets and stop motion into, like, a 2D animation. And I wasn't crazy about that.
Okay. They did that in another movie or two where there was small parts where there was like 2D animation.
And it's like, I really like the incorporation of 2D with the puppetry, like with the big like wave that comes in for one of the other movies. For this one that we'll talk about later, there was like the big wave that comes in to take care of the villain. I like that, but I don't like when you have the puppet characters and then you do a flashback and those puppet characters are in 2D animation.
Gotcha.
I feel like they ran out of time. They ran out of time and had to do it in a different style. It just didn't feel cohesive. But yeah,
What are we thinking?
I would put it...
It's definitely in the pretty good.
I would put it behind... Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, I think that's a fair
All right, Rudolph's Shiny New Year goes right there. Next up.
Yeah. The next one we watched was The Year Without a Santa Claus.
All right, now listen up.
1974.
This
was the one where I was.
has
He was like, "If you don't
always
like
been my
this, you
favorite."
can leave." So, I'm glad to say I still live here.
So we know it's at least in the pretty good.
Yeah.
I think this was the Christmas movie that I always exhausted the VHS tape.
Yeah.
I loved the songs. I loved the jokes.
I think
loved
this
the
one
characters.
deserves to be in Fantastic.
This one goes in the
deserves
Fantastic.
to be a part of the family for sure.
It has Mrs. Claus and it's the best performance. That's
yeah.
Shirley Booth,
She is
who's
so
doing the voice
cute.
of Mrs. Claus. She's adorable. She's stubborn.
Yeah, she's so cute. I really like the storyline was very clear. It didn't stop. One thing I noticed with a lot of these movies when they have a song is the song stops.
A strong female character that loves her husband.
Oh, you know. But like with a lot of these movies, like they stop the story to sing a song and then they go right back to where the story left off, which feels like a break in the pacing. It like makes it feel a lot longer than what it is. And I think this one, the music moves with the story.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not like a montage. You're not montaging. There are some of them that montage, which is my personal favorite. But I feel like the songs are part of what's happening with the story.
Agreed.
Like the lyrics of the song move the story along, even if they're not physically moving the story along.
Yep.
So it's how I feel with like the Heat Miser and Frost Miser songs.
Snow Miser.
Snow Miser.
Ba-dum,
I'm doing my best. But like their songs are moving the story along with like they're giving their answer and then you're gonna move to the next part. It doesn't stop, sing about your feelings, and then go back to that same spot and have to like talk about the song you just sang. I liked it. I really liked it.
Mickey Rooney returns as Santa, and he's fantastic.
I like that they picked Vixen.
Little Vixen.
She
Yep,
wasn't
she's
a fan
the baby.
of having socks on her ears and pretending to be a dog.
Snatched by a dog catcher. I like the goofy mayor.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, you get us to snow here, and I'll see what I can do about Santa Claus.
Yeah. I like the goofy elves that are like
Jingle and jangle.
very open that they are elves, and people are like, mm-hmm. And they're like, no, really? And they're like, sure.
I think this one has the best writing.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It is clever.
Well, if it isn't Mrs. Claus, where's your husband? Doing another commercial for my brother? Oh, you know Santa, your brother's not on Santa's payroll? Then he's grossly unfair, that's what.
Yeah, I think that it definitely deserves to be a part of the family. I know a lot of it is nostalgia.
A lot of it is nostalgia, but there's a lot of
like-
other movies that I was able to look at and be like, there's nostalgia here, but there's problems.
Yeah, but it's also interesting because when I think of Rankin Bass, when I think of like, oh, have you seen the Rankin Bass Christmas movies? I think of the Miser Brothers.
Yeah.
That is immediately the first thing that pops
Yes,
in my head.
mother dear.
Yeah. So it's interesting because I don't think it had been at least 20 years since I'd seen the full thing.
It's a movie that I quote year
end.
round. Even like there's the Christmas quotes, and then there's other quotes that you can say just all year round.
But yeah, I definitely think that it was a well thought out movie. And one of the thoughts I have on that, the ones that we seem to like the most are not based solely on a Christmas song.
That is true.
So I think because it's not based on a Christmas song, it's able to have a story.
And there are
And the story
Christmas
develops
songs
naturally.
implemented in here. There's Have a Blue Christmas.
Yeah.
Here Comes Santa Claus. But also a lot of original songs
Yeah.
as well. It's a nice mix.
Yeah.
I despise the sequel and the live action, though. That's not Rankin Bass, so you will not find it here.
Yeah. This is just Rankin Bass.
Listen, I thought there was only at most 10 of these. When I saw there was 18, I'm just like, what are half of these?
Oh, Lord. Yeah. I think that I've said my piece on that. I really like it. I think this was also my favorite rendition of Mrs. Claus.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I could be Santa
I know.
Claus.
She puts on his little outfit and dances around. I'm like, you're so cute.
I could do it.
But the next one that we watched, do you have any other thoughts on this one?
With The Year Without a Santa Claus, I believe I've said enough. I've gushed. I think this is the only movie where I'm going to be gushing.
Yeah.
There's another one that... There's a few that I still have positives.
Yeah.
But this is the nostalgic gushing. I got that out of my system.
Yeah.
It's where I like it to be.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So the next one that we watched was The Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
1968.
This was the one that I saw throughout youth group.
Yes.
I remember it being longer.
I remembered it being different, and I think it was just from like being an adult and having life experience and the things that I know now. I liked it. I liked that it wasn't super preachy.
No.
For like a religious one, it wasn't religious. If
no.
that makes sense. Like it of course does like Christ is Christmas.
It's
but,
very close to the Prince of Egypt kind of storytelling, which I very much appreciate.
It is religious based, but it's not like
reason for the season.
It's not wagging its finger at you. It's truly telling a story.
Bad.
We have Aaron the drummer who hates people.
Yeah. But he hates people because his parents got murdered.
Yes.
His parents got murdered. They burned his house down. They killed all of his livestock except for, shocker, the lamb.
Yep.
And the donkey.
Yeah.
And then there was a rabbit.
No, they meet a camel.
A camel.
It's Joshua the camel.
Yeah.
Baba the lamb and Samson the donkey.
So, which is like the standard nativity scene. You have a lamb for like the Lamb of God, the donkey that they rode in on.
Yep.
And then usually we see a camel because of the wise men traveling across the desert. But I really like this one. The story just hit. The characters hit.
I love the lighting and the set pieces.
Yeah. I have that it's the prettiest.
This has my second favorite settings and sets.
They're stunning. They're stunning settings. I think too they're one of the most cohesive settings because it's not a fantasy. Mm-hmm. So you have like the palm trees and the desert and things that you would actually find in that setting. It's not whimsical. Mm-hmm. So it is a bit darker. It is a bit grittier. The dolls were phenomenal. They all looked like they belonged. And I have a note here that I'll get into in a second. They all looked like they belonged in that time frame in that region. Except for Mary. Which is just always a pet peeve of mine that it's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Mary, with her blue shawl and her white dress. And it's just like, ugh, it's a pet peeve of mine. I hate it. That's not what she would have looked like. It's that imagery is based off of like the Spanish Renaissance of what would have been popular in Spain, not in the Middle East, where she would have been alive in Galilee at the time. So she would not have looked like that. So I really, really hate that they always depict her like that, but they did a great job for like what Joseph would have looked like. That he would have been an older Middle Eastern man, and the puppets looked great.
I just realized this changed to Paper Mario music. Hold that thought.
Okay. It's like I don't hate it though.
Yeah, it kind of fits. There we go. And back to start. I'm sorry, resume. It's clearly professional.
It is what it is. But yeah, I think those are like my main notes that I have is that the doll aesthetics are great except for Mary, and it's definitely the prettiest set. I would be fine with either one of those. I liked the story. I liked the characters.
Yeah.
It flowed really well. The songs made sense.
Yep.
The story made sense. The resolution made sense.
There's tragedy.
Yeah. So I think that even though it was really short and it's not necessarily like what I would think of like, oh, it's Christmas, let's watch The Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't not give it praises because of how well done it is.
Yeah. I agree.
So, Anything else on The Little Drummer Boy from 1968?
I can't get The Goose is Flying High out of my head.
Oh, I know. I hear you humming it.
And the day is good and the goose is flying high.
Yeah.
Hanging high, sorry.
Oh, are you ready for the next one that we watched?
Am I?
We've been pretty positive up until now.
Okay.
It's The Cricket on the Hearth.
Oh, are we here?
From 1967.
We are here. Whew. Okay, so here comes some negativity. We didn't like this one. We didn't like this one.
It's a rendition from Charles Dickens.
This was a 2D animated picture from them. Charles Dickens, and I was just like, boy, it's a wonder why people don't remember Cricket on the Hearth compared to A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, it lasted so long.
This was like one of 2 movies that I felt the length.
I thought that it was almost over, and you were like, we still have 30 minutes. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is the prime example of, like, a movie that feels the need to stop the story, sing a song, a full-length song, not just, like, a little ditty, but, like, a full-length song.
Yep.
And then go back to where you started, explain all of the feelings and emotions
from
that
too
song.
Many songs.
And it was like every 5 minutes there was a song.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
What's wrong with The Cricket on the Hearth? It was fine.
Oh, it was terrible.
It was boring. To be perfectly honest, it was kind of boring.
It had decent moments and it had decent, like...
Yeah.
Imagery. So, like, I really like that when she's painting the doll and she's like, it needs a smile, and she's crying, like, she doesn't give the doll eyes.
Yeah.
And it's because she goes blind.
Yep.
I don't know. It dragged for me. It was just really boring. It was predictable.
Yeah, saw where the ending was going.
Which, like, that's not always a bad thing if it's predictable.
No,
but
a lot of these, with the exception of Christmas in July, were very predictable.
Yeah. I had no idea what was going to happen next with Christmas. I was on the edge of my seat. Every time I was like, oh, he lied to save Frosty and his family. And then he comes back and they're puddles. They did save Frosty and his family!
I'm like, listen, Winterbolt's going to gather the Infinity Stones and I'm going to be like, well, of course!
Naturally. Why wouldn't he? But yeah, the animation was beautiful for Cricket on the Hearth, but, like... it was just
a lot of songs
good.
just felt like we need to have a song here.
Yeah.
What can you write?
It's been 4 minutes since we've had a song.
Because I have a note that most of these, if not possibly all of them, were directed by Romeo Muller. Mm-hmm. And the songs, the lyrics were by, I believe, Bass himself. But the songs... the songs were by... Where is your name? Maury Laws does most of, like, the actual music. Not the lyrics, but the music.
Yeah.
He was the composer.
Yeah, so with the Cricket on the Hearth, what happens is her beloved gets sent away at sea.
Yeah.
And he's lost at sea, and she is so stricken with grief that she goes blind.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when you're stricken with grief. You just go blind.
Well, there's another character who goes blind, and I think it's just handled much better than the way this story handles it.
It makes sense. It makes sense that they would go blind for that one.
So, put it down, as in my foot on the cricket.
Yeah. I feel like if they chopped that thing in half and did the storyline in half without all of the music...
Yeah, it would have been either it's fine or wasn't a fan.
Yeah, it would have been so much better without it.
But it is by far my least favorite.
Like, there was a line that I liked, and they could have left it at the line, but then they had to sing a whole song about it. And it's like, I'll see it all for you, and everything will be beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's such a powerful line. But then they sing a 4-minute song about it. And I'm like, you don't need to sing a 4-minute song about it. You got it all packed into that one line. Just keep going. And they just don't. And that's kind of how it is. Every time there's an impactful line.
There was a moment where, like, the crow puts a hit on the cricket.
Oh, it's so weird.
They capture him, and then they're just like, all right, give us our reward. And it's like, I got your reward. And they shoot the monkey.
And they shoot them. Like...
And then somehow the cricket returns home, and I tapped out.
Yeah.
I was like,
It was so bizarre. And then there's, like, a weird moment in time where the crow goes to, like, the strip club, and there's, like, a fat-ass cat.
There's a cabaret singer cat.
And it just, like... I'm like, how much padding do you need for this movie?
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird and bizarre and just doesn't make sense. And then there's like 3 songs in that span of time when you're at the strip club with the crow. Like, oh my God, just get on with it. Like, I was just really frustrated watching this movie.
The one highlight for me, and that's just because I like the actor, Hans Conried was the voice of Tackleton the Toy Maker, and he is the beloved Captain Hook in the Disney Peter Pan classic.
Oh, the performances were great.
Yeah, they were fine.
Yeah. But it was just too much.
But
like, the story was just all
the
over
story
the place.
kept going. The songs kept coming.
Yeah.
And I tapped
like,
out when the cricket returned home.
When is this going to be done? And then it's like, shocker, the old, weird, strange man they randomly decided needed to live with them was her long-lost beloved fiancé.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know, he wouldn't just tell her that it's him. He
No,
didn't
because
lose his memory
we had
or
to
anything.
pad out an extra
Like,
20 minutes.
Oh, it was just
That's
too
what I
much.
thought, at least. Like, he got amnesia or something.
That he didn't know, and then I thought it was going to be like, when he said her name, she'd be like, oh my God, you're my fiance, and he'd be like, what? Oh, that explains so much. Ah, yay, happy ending. But no, we had an extra 20 minutes after that. Oh, it was just...
So yeah, we didn't like that one.
Yeah, not at all. That would be one that if the 3 other movies on the disc weren't that bad, I would just get rid of the disc. I'd be like, I don't ever want to see this one again.
On a lighter note, next up
Was Rudolph.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
1964.
Reindeer, and that was their first one.
Yes. Which I wasn't ever a big fan of Rudolph, and it's interesting because watching it now as an adult, I can remember why I didn't like it, and it's because they were mean to the reindeers, and baby Amanda was like, they're mean to the animals, and then I'd cry, so my mom would
They were mean to Rudolph. They were mean to Hermie.
Hermie, oh.
I kept thinking it was Herbie.
I know, I thought it was Herbie, too, but it's Hermie. He's the elf that doesn't want to make toys.
I
want
want
to
to be a dentist.
Um,
Santa's a dick.
God, he was so mean.
There's a moment where they're doing tryouts for, like, jumping, I guess, for the reindeer.
Yeah.
And Rudolph does a great jump, but he fools around with another reindeer, and his nose gets
fake
bumped.
Nose falls off.
His fake nose falls off, his actual nose, and Santa goes to Donner, you ought to be ashamed of
I
yourself.
know, I'm like, well, he's just...
Having
kind
a
of-
disabled son.
like,
How dare you?
He's just an asshole, even, like, beginning from that. Like, he's just not very nice. But I do enjoy Mrs. Claus in this. She's very, very brief, does not have a big role at all. But she's like, no one wants a skinny Santa. Eat!
Eat, Papa,
And
eat!
I'm just like, yes, queen. Feed your man. Make him fat and he'll never run away from you. That's
This is the one
goal.
with
like,
my favorite narrator, Burl Ives as Sam the Snowman.
yeah, that was really cute.
He has the best voice. I think he has a great character design. It's iconic. The old, like, is it a trench coat? It's like a vest.
Yeah.
A suit vest.
Yeah, it's kind
with
of
the
like,
umbrella.
It gives the illusion that he's wearing a 3-piece suit, but he's a snowman, so you only see the vest. No, I really liked him. He
But he wasn't
had
my
some
favorite
jokes.
character.
He had some yucks. No, your favorite character is Yukon.
Yukon! Yukon
which
Cornelius.
cracks me up. He's like, this whole time he's looking for silver and gold, and he's using his pickaxe, and then he'll like hit
He'll
the
lick
snow
it.
and lick it and go,
Nothing.
not here. And then he goes to like the workshop, doesn't he? Goes, I struck peppermint, and I'm like, yes, I love him. He's great. This movie was a lot funnier than I thought it was gonna be, and they had some really weird jokes that just, I was like, who was writing this? Like, I want to watch more of their movies, like, for whoever wrote the jokes. There was one that's like a water gun that squirts, and it's like, he
Jelly!
shoots the water gun, it hits Hermie in the face, and it's like red and goopy. It looks like he got shot, and he
Yep.
goes, jelly! I'm like, oh my God, they shot Hermie! Like, it's so weird.
I'm a bird that swims.
Like, I think my favorite of the Misfit toys is the Jack, quote unquote Jack in the Box, and he goes, oh, why are you here? And he goes, my name is, let me guess, Jack. No, Charlie. It's so weird.
And we have the abominable snow monster. That's just iconic. The design I see it all the time with
He's
decorations.
another one that I think of when I think Rankin Bass. Is
Yep.
the abominable.
A very
snowman.
iconic design. And, but didn't I tell you? Bumbles bounce! Because there's a moment where there's like a final battle. And you're like, did they just kill
And I'm
off
like, did they
Yukon?
just kill off Yukon? And you were like, solemn face. And I'm like, they can't just kill off Yukon. They're not going to kill off Yukon. He's not a parent. He's not allowed to die. They only kill off parents in these type of movies. And he comes back. So I was happy about that.
You only had one nitpick with this movie. And that was at the end that, like, when Rudolph goes to guide the sleigh.
They have the wrong amount of reindeer! Oh, I hate it.
Well, Donner's like, I'm going to take a holiday.
Literally, Donner and Comet are just absent. They just decide they're not going to deliver toys this year.
Yep.
Because Comet is the coach with the ball cap. So I'm assuming that he's the other one that isn't there. But it's
Probably.
like, when the sleigh takes off, I'm like, I don't know, that sleigh's looking a little short. So I'm counting the deer, and then I'm trying to remember the song in my head to be like, maybe there are only 6. I don't know, I thought there were more. And then I'm like singing it in my head. I sang it wrong. I was definitely in the wrong order, but I remembered all 8 reindeer, and I'm like, no, they're too short. And I was really upset about it. And then they take off, and it like pans back to Donner and his wife, and he's like, my son. And I'm like, why the fuck are you taking the day off, bro? Like,
Yeah.
I was upset.
I also love the Abominable Snowman and the King of the Misfit Toys. Yeah, that was another good design.
He was cool.
This movie had a lot of very cool and creative designs.
Yeah. Sorry, I got all worked up about the wrong amount of reindeer. From then on, I was counting all the reindeer on all the sleigh, and most of them have 6. They don't do all 8, and I don't know why, and it really upsets me. What 2 are taking the day off? You work once a year. But
So where would we put it? Because it's very funny, but it also has
was.
surprisingly unlikable characters.
I would put it in the It's Fine category, probably in front, yeah. Mainly, like, there's a lot of things I don't like about some of the jokes or some of the commentary, but it matches the jokes that I do like. So
It just has my least favorite Santa out of all of
yeah,
these.
he was just such a mean guy.
Mm-hmm. Like,
But
even, not
it's
just with
because he's
Rudolph,
skinny.
but... Yeah, that's why.
Like,
The elves are performing, and they finish the song, and he's like, okay, back to work.
that, and he's like, that's terrible. Like, he's just mean. He's just a mean
Like,
guy.
meh, I got things to do. Whereas his wife's just like, you need to eat!
She's like, eat. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, I really love Hermie though. Like, I forgot all about Hermie, and then we're watching, and I'm like, why is he the best?
Hermie reminds me of, like, the Link doll in the Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah. But
Like, when I play the Link's Awakening remake, which also is used in Echoes of Wisdom,
the same type of
I'm
doll.
reminded of specifically Rudolph for the Rankin Bass.
Yeah.
And, like, the little dolls and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
But he was adorable and funny, and all he wanted to do was be a dentist.
Just wanted to be a dentist.
And he pulls out all of the snowman's teeth. So he's the real hero, where he saves the day because he saves everyone from the snowman because he pulls out the teeth. Anything else on that one?
I think I've said enough.
Yeah.
That is one of the ones where, like, it's mostly nostalgia,
Yeah.
but it has problems rewatching it.
Yeah. I think it has some problems that are social issues that have changed from, the 60s and 70s to current time. It also really bothers me that all of the reindeer are referenced as boys, and at this time, the boy reindeers don't have their antlers.
Ah.
So they're all actually girl reindeers. But whatever.
Whereas the girl reindeers just have bows.
Yeah. Like, oh, they're so cute. Wrong.
All right.
Anywho.
What's next?
The next one that we watched was The Little Drummer Boy 2.
This was another movie that I was scared about.
1976.
Because I was like, what do you mean there's a part 2?
Yeah, I was like,
and
what
immediately
else is there?
my brain went to when there's always just like, oh, if you turn the disc over, there's
Yeah.
Dragonheart 2 or The Sandlot 2, and
Yeah.
you're like, uh-oh.
Oh, no.
And then you put it in and you're just like, yeah, there's a reason this is like a tumor on the disc.
Yeah.
It's like,
I was
if you
worried
put it as a
because I'm like-
standalone disc, nobody buys it, so it has to
Yeah.
hitch a ride on the classic.
I was worried because, like, the little drummer boy, the point is that, like, he saw the birth of Jesus.
Yes.
That was it. That's all she wrote. That's it. There's nothing else. So I'm like, what could they possibly base this off of? And I was pleasantly surprised.
So was I.
If I'm honest, I was surprised. I like, they used the silver bells
Yup.
as the premise, and basically Aaron has to help get the silver bells back from the Roman soldiers
Yeah.
to complete the prophecy.
Yes.
So it was another short one. And again, I don't think it should be any longer. If it was any longer, I would have been like, this is too much.
Yeah.
But it has all the same praises that I give the first one, where the puppets are beautiful. They look spectacular. The sets are beautiful. I actually really like the villain song in this one. I think I like this villain song a little bit more than
The goose
first
is
one, the goose.
hanging high. He was less of a villain and just more of like a neutral party that was just
He's
out
doing
for
his
himself.
job.
Yeah.
But it's also like,
Whereas the
you
Roman
don't- you don't
soldiers
like the Roman
are
soldiers.
villains.
Yeah, like, but I like it because it's morally gray. So in this one, the villain song is talking about how it's like, you used to barter. So like, I'd give you butter, you'd give me an egg. Now I
Yeah.
give you an egg and you give me gold. And it's like, it's questionable because it's like, do you like it more this way or do you like it less this way? Because it was like, I'll give you a helmet and you give me shoes. Now you give me shoes and I give you money. And I like that. I like that it's, because it is like, are they the villains?
Yeah.
Technically, they're doing their job. They're gonna, like, Caesar's gonna kill them
Yeah.
if they don't come back with the money.
But they take
So, like,
joy in what they do.
Yeah, but they do take joy in what they do, and they're really cruel.
Yes.
Like, and I think that's what makes them good villains. And it's the same with, like, when Aaron tries to distract them so that his animals can take the bells, they burn his drum set.
Yeah, they do.
And it's like, we learned from the first one, that is the last thing he has from his parents. Like, his parents gifted him the drum set, and then they were murdered. So it's like, when he's crying and he doesn't want to be a part of it anymore, you can really understand why.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was really well done in a storyline sense of like, yeah, he saved the bells, but at what cost?
Yeah.
So like, he wasn't very excited or very happy that like everything was completed because he lost the last part of his family. Like, he lost a part of his identity. And I think that was cleverly incorporated in a children's Christmas movie.
Yeah.
That is 24 minutes long.
This movie also had a clever running gag going on where Brutus, the Roman soldier, would always go, "Plato, you fool!"
Yeah. Plato was one of the other soldiers. I think it was interesting that they chose Brutus and Plato to begin with.
Yeah.
I think that it kind of hits home, like, the Romans.
And this one featured the Christmas song, "Do You Hear What I Hear?"
Yes.
Which was used beautifully.
Yes. Because it's about
Oh, I
bells,
didn't
and
write it down. There's a specific choir that is used in
I think
quite
it was
a
the
few.
British Children's Choir.
That might have been.
It was a children's choir.
It was a children's choir that features in a lot of these movies, and this
Yeah.
was one of them. And it sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it's
And of course, it has a happy ending because when they get the bells, Simeon makes a new drum set for Aaron.
Yes, but it's like, if you think about it, like, so it's diving deeper into it on my end. It's
Sure.
like, imagine like your dad gives you something really special, and it's the item itself isn't special. I'm trying to like look around our office right now to like, okay, the alligator, like, I think that's from your grandfather, right?
Yeah.
So your grandfather gave that to your dad. Your dad gave it to you.
Yeah.
Itself is nothing super special. It's a
Right.
wooden alligator, but it's the sentiment that it was your grandfather's, that was your dad's, and he gave it to you.
Yeah.
So imagine that alligator is destroyed and you're devastated.
Yeah.
Not because you lost the alligator, but it was a part of your dad. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, you're super sad, so I just get you a new wooden alligator. It's like, thanks, but that's not why I'm sad. I'm sad because it was a gift from somebody I cared about that I don't have anymore. So it's like, well, it's like, yeah, he gets a new drum. It's not from his parents. You know, it's
I see.
not what made the drum special.
Yeah.
So I would say it's bittersweet because it's kind of like that's his new family. It's where he belongs now.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change that, like, that was really kind of fucked up that they burned his drum, like the last part of his family.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of wish they kept the same voice for Aaron.
Yeah, I didn't.
I understand that,
was
like,
younger.
he was, he was very younger, and
So let me see for.
because this was 76, and Little Drummer Boy was, I think, 68. I have down here.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Trying to find.
68. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, they definitely would have needed to use a new child,
Yeah.
but. Yeah, I liked it. I wouldn't put it in the fantastic just because it is kind of random. But I would definitely put it in the pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay. I'm thinking
So,
there.
Yeah.
Bam.
Where it's like, do I think that it's like a holiday classic everyone should see? Eh. Take it or leave it. I thought it was pretty good.
Ooh. We'll leave it there for now.
I mean, I wouldn't hate it if it was behind Rudolph.
Okay. I think I will put it behind Rudolph.
The jokes in Rudolph were just peak.
Yep.
So, the next one that we watched was The Stingiest Man, 1978.
This was the one I have the least amount of notes for because it's just the Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Rankin Bass doing the Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And I love A Christmas Carol, but I've seen so many versions.
Yeah.
So if we're ranking Christmas Carol adaptations, this one's on the lower end.
Yeah.
But
I
we're
would-
ranking
I would
Rankin
agree.
Bass.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
So I feel like this is more another it's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
even
would-
wasn't a fan. I don't know.
I would put it in the wasn't a fan mainly for Tiny Tim's legs. I can't get over it.
Ah!
I can't get over it.
Because like I liked Bah Humbug as the narrator.
Yeah, I liked Bob
like an
Humbug
actual
as the narrator.
humbug.
I would put it in it's fine. Maybe in front of Frosty.
Still in front of Frosty, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
I just don't really like Frosty.
That's fair.
That Frosty. I really enjoyed Frosty in the
Because we
sequel
had
with-
Walter Matthau,
Yeah.
who, if you've ever seen Dennis the Menace, or what he's more well known for was the movie Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah.
He's the voice of Scrooge, and I thought he did a good performance.
I think that's
This
the thing
one you
is,
said
like,
was more of an opera than a musical.
Yes, it was treated more
So
like an
explain that.
opera. So what I was saying earlier, whenever it was like, the way that a musical works is usually whenever it's like your feelings are too much to explain and speaking, you would sing a song. That song progresses the story.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I were to bust into song right now, I would sing a montage-esque of how we ranked everything, and the ranking would be over by the end of the song.
Gotcha.
So, what these movies don't do is a musical style, where it's some of them do it, but most of them will sing a song and then it goes right back.
Mm-hmm.
This one sings more like an opera, where it's the music is what's moving the story, and there's a lot of music.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you're moving the story, they're singing. And then they may stop and have like a 2 or 3 line conversation, and then another song happens to continue moving the story. So the story is only moving via song.
Mm-hmm.
When they're talking, the story is not moving. So that's what an opera does. It is not an opera because there are still spoken words.
Yeah.
But it moves like an opera, where the songs are what's moving the story, which I do really like. I feel bad putting it as low as it is, but just like you said, it's hard to not think of it in terms of movies like Scrooge.
Yeah.
Or like other versions.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
I know, right?
Disney Christmas
Like,
Carol.
It's hard to not compare it to those ones that are just so well done.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I feel like they could have done a lot more with it than what they did, especially for such a famous story.
Yeah. I can tell you the songs from Muppet Christmas Carol. I can tell you the songs from Scrooge.
I can't tell you this.
I don't remember a single song from this one.
And I think that's why it's so low, is like, yeah, I remember the story, but that's because it's a timeless classic story.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what this one has. Like, I don't remember.
Like, I
any
felt
of
like
the
there was
songs.
nothing this movie did bad, but there was
Yeah.
nothing with the
I
exception
feel like it could
of
have been better.
Humbug the narrator
Yeah.
that was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. And Tiny Tim's legs. Chop them off. They were mechanical. They were mechanical freaking legs. It just...
You're a miser yourself.
It's the little things that I just can't get over.
Mechanical legs, let them die.
I hate it. But yeah, I was okay.
And
Yeah,
but you would still put it above Frosty. Okay.
Yeah. I would watch that one again before I'd want to watch Frosty
The
again.
Jim Carrey one is my favorite out of the animated versions because if you read the book, it's closer to honoring it, you know. I need to rewatch the Jim Carrey one because we saw it in theaters in 3D, and the 3D was kind of hokey, like all 3D
Yeah.
movies kind of were.
I can't watch 3D. I get sick.
But it doesn't hold back. It gets dark. It gets heavy.
Which, like, if you think about the story, it
Yes,
should.
it should.
It should be dark. It should be heavy. It should be upsetting. Like, that's what the point of the movie is. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a happy-go-lucky, like, it's, hey, you are literally, like, killing people because you're greedy.
Yeah. My issue, and it's an issue I have with a lot of they're Robert Zemeckis films, so it's the same studio that did The Polar Express
Okay.
and
The
Beowulf.
lifeless eyes.
Yeah, those uncanny goddamn
lifeless
Valley
eyes.
animation characters.
Yeah.
I understand it's a style, and I think it was the last one, but it bothers me.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch Final Fantasy compared to Ys, and you're just
Yeah.
like, oof.
Ew.
It bothers
The
me.
lifeless
The animation
faces.
of the characters I find unsettling, but the writing,
Yeah.
the story, I recall being fantastic. So I'd love to rewatch Jim Carrey's A Christmas Carol, and maybe we'll
never
do a
seen
video next
Yeah,
Christmas.
I've never seen it.
Then we'll watch it.
Yeah.
That'll be something. Put a pin in it.
Yeah.
We will watch
mean, I
Jim
know
Carrey's
that-
A Christmas Carol. How many versions of Christmas Carol are there?
Maybe that's something we can do for
Oh,
next year.
jeez.
We'll plan now so that we don't have to, like, binge watch.
Well, we got one down!
No, we don't have to binge watch all of
We got
them.
the stingiest man in town down.
But, like, I know you and I have talked about it. I don't know if we've ever talked about it on the channel, but, like, my family was more of a Thanksgiving family, less
Yeah.
of a Christmas family. So, like, Christmas was really big
We
when
were
we
both.
were when we were little kids, but, like, once
It
we
was a
kind of
1-2
grew,
punch with
yeah,
our
once
family.
we kind of, like, grew up a little bit, Christmas wasn't as big of a deal, especially, like, me and my siblings all worked retail, so we were usually working, and then, you know, like, we just didn't do Christmas. It was usually church. We'd go to church,
Right.
and then...
I didn't like the 3D. It hurt my eyes, but I've seen it a few times since then, and it was good. It's just the right amount of dark for it to follow the real story, but also be family friendly. Yeah, I agree. I definitely want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Cause
I think that'll be a fun video to do for next year. Let's find, like, all of the versions of A Christmas Carol. And
Because, like, of course, it's the holiday season, so a lot of people are doing their own holiday specials,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are, like, doing, like, underrated gem,
Yeah.
re-examining, so it's something that's on the algorithm right now.
yeah. Which, I mean, we don't chase the algorithm,
No.
but I think it would just be a fun,
We bite-
fun thing to
We
do
go
and
by
to
the beat
try.
of our own drummer boy.
But yeah, I think that's really all that I have.
Yeah, it's
for-
it's a
for
Christmas
that one.
character.
It's a Christmas character.
Character.
It's a
It's a
Christmas,
Christmas
character.
Carol.
It's timeless. I think that they could have done more that they didn't.
Yeah.
So. The next one we watched was Pinocchio.
Yeah, Pinocchio's Christmas.
In 1980.
Yeah.
I did not like it.
This had some parts that I liked, but of a whole,
Yeah.
I didn't care for this film.
I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, this is definitely a wasn't a fan movie.
So I have. There were some funny
I
things.
liked the
like
puppets. I thought they were funny.
there were like.
There was even a fun
Oh, there's no
line
words
where it's
on
just
this.
like,
Oh, you can't read anyway. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it was comical.
want me to chuck a brick at him?
Oh my god. I was like, what the fuck? Like, the little gypsy cat was the
I love
star.
how unhinged some of the lines
Yeah.
are in these movies, where it's just like, oh, right.
Yeah.
1980, you could kind of just not pull a single punch.
Yeah. I also didn't like that this was the first time I really felt that the decade influenced the music, where
Okay.
it was very disco.
Yes.
It was very disco. Like, it didn't have that, like, fun, timeless music feeling. It was like, hey, this sound is popular right now, so we're going to put it in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think what made me not like this one was they had to basically retell all of the story of Pinocchio
Yeah.
within this story. Like, if they just made it with the understanding that you've already seen Pinocchio, it would have been a 30-minute movie, and I feel like could have been better.
Possibly, but I understand why, because in this one, Pinocchio's still a puppet. They do something else with an awful movie called The Beauty and the Beast Christmas Special.
Oh.
But Beast is still the Beast, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like shoehorned in. My canon is somewhere between there may be something there that
Yeah.
wasn't there before and the end of the movie, because
Yeah.
he's still the Beast,
Yeah.
because that's what's marketable.
But it's also like, sometimes I feel like you don't have to put it within the timeline.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't always have to make sense within the timeline. And when you try to make it make sense within the timeline is whenever those inconsistencies pop up, where if you're just like, hey, this is something fun we thought of, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't think too much about it. Whereas, like, if we have to think too much about it and they explain it, it starts to disjoint the story, which
Yeah.
is how I felt about this Pinocchio.
I agree. The one highlight, though, was we have Geppetto. That reminded me of your pap.
Oh my god,
who
you
we
were
will
like,
now see a picture
I
of.
was thinking about it. I was thinking about it, and then you said it, and I
There's
was
Geppetto.
like, I love it. You have to pull up a picture of Geppetto. Let's see a side by side.
Yeah, let's see a side-by-side, all right? So, hold on here. Doing a little bit of movie magic here. Let's go. Blop. Pinocchio's Christmas Geppetto.
But yeah, I think another one of like my.
Let's try this one.
I love it. Like, Pap has darker hair, but.
The glasses are almost the
And
same.
the mustache.
Yep, the mustache. And that was all I was thinking while watching this. It was just like, hey, that's your pap.
I mean, I don't have a recent picture to pull up, but like, he has white hair now.
Yeah.
So, which would make him look closer. But
He needed new pants.
Was thinking it, and then you said it, and I was like, I was literally just thinking that he looks just like Pap. One of the things that I like, I was teetering between like, oh, okay, it's not as bad as it could be, and like, you know, oh, I don't like it, was they brought the other puppet to life.
Oh, yeah.
It could have been a way better lesson and a way better story if they just left her be a puppet.
No, we don't do that
But they
here.
brought her to life. And
Yeah.
I was like, so can any puppet just, like, why is it that none of the other puppets ever come to life? Like, that just magic, like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I hated it. I was like, just let her be a puppet. Don't bring her to life. And they were like, no, Julieta is definitely coming to life. Hate it.
And there was a song that's basically like, I'm telling the truth, or may lightning strike me down.
Oh my
and it
God.
nails the cat numerous
That poor
times.
cat.
To where when
She's
he's just
jumping
like,
in trash
it's the
cans
truth,
trying
or
to
may
hide it.
lightning, and she's like, ah!
I know, she's like punching him, like, don't you say it, I'm tired of being struck by lightning. That poor gypsy cat. She was just ruining everything the fox was trying to do. The fox would be like, oh, if you bury your coins, the silver and gold tree will grow. And she was like, really? Why don't we just do that instead of stealing from him? And he's like, shut up.
Well, you see, Pinocchio. And then she'd be like, why? And he's like, well, you see, oh, stop it!
I know, you were like me trying to talk to you. I'm like, shut up.
Meanwhile, there was another character later on, that's old Jiminy Cricket, who did the iconic "Now what"
Oh
line.
God, I don't think I've
Every
ever
time a
went ahead of Louise
character
so far.
in a movie goes "Now what" or "What now," you just glare at me, and I'm just like, "Shut up!"
I hear that so much. Anytime I'm like, hey, you know what would be a good idea? You're like, now what? What now? I'll come home with like a bag from Michael's, and you'll be like, what now? I'm like, I'm gonna start making buttons, and you're like, oh God. But
Lord, give me strength.
my buttons are very popular, thank you.
You're welcome.
But But yeah, I don't really have much else to say on that of Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Other than what we've said.
Well, listen, my
Again,
sister
Pinocchio's also
is
not
making
one
a
of my
case for
favorites.
Belle's Enchanted Christmas. She has no comment on Pinocchio's Christmas. So she's pivot.
I've never seen Belle's Enchanted Christmas, so...
It has Tim Curry as a villain, because of course it does.
I think I knew that when we were doing the Tim Curry's voice work.
Yeah, I think he was a contender for one of the, 12 days of Tim Curry. But he didn't make the cut.
Yeah. The only other positive from Pinocchio is Santa has the right amount of reindeer.
Yeah.
I counted them.
I feel like he has them in all but Rudolph for some reason.
No, there's a couple where he only has 6.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, inconsistent.
Seething.
The next one was a charming little movie that you could really replace Christmas with anything and the movie would still make sense. And that is The Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. 1981.
Yeah.
So this one, I saw it and I was like, how the hell is this a Christmas movie? It was very cute.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I don't think it's a Christmas movie.
Okay.
But I want those little puppets so bad. The little leprechaun puppet and his wife, I want them.
I like the aesthetic.
I might actually try to make a little painting or like a little sculpture of them because they are so cute. Like my whole heart feels fuzzy.
That's
just
it.
Like when
I didn't
see
care
them.
for the
They're so
story nor the characters.
cute. I feel like if you took somebody that has very little knowledge of Ireland and you were like, hey, what are things that you think about when you think of Ireland? They wrote down that list and put it all in this movie.
Yeah, I think so as well.
There were leprechauns, there were rainbows, there was gold, there was shamrocks, there was banshees.
Yep, there's a banshee.
So they introduced St. Patrick. That pissed me off. Yeah, it was very,
a lot of the story was like how very convenient.
Yeah.
It's one of those...
It was charming, but it was still very much like, how is this a Christmas movie?
Beat by beat. Oh, we need to get this, and this will happen. Oh, the banshee can only win if you give her the gold.
Yeah.
She's known to disguise herself. Suddenly a girl washes up on the island.
I think it's clever, though. So, like, my point against that.
All right.
So the whole point of this movie is there's a banshee. So the little island that these leprechauns live on broke off from the mainland Ireland, and they're kind of stuck out at sea. They can't get home to Ireland, so they just do what they do on this little island. And there's a banshee that is trying to steal their gold.
Yeah.
The qualm with the banshee is she can't take it. It has to be given to her.
Right.
But in like the lore of banshees is that they are always wailing. So
Yes.
they interpret that as she's always crying. There's always tears on her face.
There's always tears streaking down her
So
face.
she can morph into look like whatever she wants to look like, but what will give her away is that she's crying. She's always crying. And she created a rift between the two families on this little island by pretending to be an angel. And it's like the one family by the end realizes, like, I should have known because the angel was crying.
Yeah.
But there's a sailor that washes ashore. He releases the banshee.
Yeah.
And the gold is given to him.
Uh-huh.
So because the banshee poisons the little leprechaun with, like, a generosity potion. And he's fighting it to try to not give her the gold because you're not supposed to give her the gold. So he gives it to the sailor that washed up. So now he owns all the gold. And what the banshee does is she looks like a young, attractive woman that washed up on shore.
Yeah.
And she's crying because banshees will always cry. But what I think they did clever is he's like, you're upset, what's wrong? And she goes, everyone else was lost at sea.
Yeah.
She gives a reason why she would be crying.
Yeah.
So, which I think is like, okay, that's clever. She didn't do that before. She just let the tears come. But this time she's like, I have a reason to be crying. All of my friends are dead.
Yeah, I'm going to mask this.
So it's like, and then she ends up getting the gold because he gives her the gold.
Yeah.
So I think it was a clever way that they went about the convenience of it. But it was pretty phoned in at the end. She like goes to get the gold and she goes, "Oh, it's Christmas morning. It's too late." And she like,
Yeah.
explodes into tears.
They really had to wrap this up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, she's disguised as Colleen, and he gives her the gold, and I'm like, there's only like 6 minutes left of this movie. Like, what the?
Like.
And they got rid of the Banshee real quick.
Yeah. It was wrapped up really fast.
I feel like we might butt heads a little with this one, because I did not care for this.
I mean.
I liked it aesthetically.
I liked
That's it.
As a fun little children's movie. Do I like it as a Rankin Bass Christmas movie? No.
All right.
I feel like you very easily could have been like, if the Banshee gets the gold the night before Easter, like you could literally replace Christmas
with any holiday.
Anything.
Yep.
If she gets the gold before
Before
nightfall,
sundown,
like you could really just put in any other holiday. Especially they don't do anything that makes it look like Christmas. There's no snow. There's no like the only other thing that would make it Christmas is he digs up a pine tree.
Yeah.
And that's what releases the Banshee. But you could
Yeah.
you could do that with anything. Like it
Yep.
just I don't think that it falls in line with being an actual Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But I want those puppets so bad. They were so cute. And I love whenever the sailor keeps talking and the little leprechaun is like, "Listen, you don't have to chew your cabbage twice." And I'm like, I'm going to use that from now on, like forever and ever and ever.
Goodbye, wife. Goodbye, husband.
I know.
I remember. I have that written down.
So cute. Like, they're just so small and cute. And I love them. But yeah, as a Christmas movie, I think that it's fair that it's on the lower end of the list because it wasn't a very good Christmas movie.
No. And honestly, it was a movie that I think could have helped by being at least 10 minutes longer.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one where it did feel like
it was so rushed. That's
And
what I
there
meant by
wasn't-
convenience. Just like, we got to get this shit out and get the movie wrapped
And there
up.
wasn't a lot of songs. There were
Things
maybe
things don't have time to breathe.
2 songs or so, but yeah, it I love the aesthetic. I love the little puppets. Storyline, it was a bit phoned
All
in.
right. Now, I believe next up is our surprise magnum opus.
Yes. So this one caught me off guard. I didn't think I was going to like it, and I turned out to really love it.
For this one, I saw it on television, not the whole way through, but bits and pieces, and I was just like, that's interesting. There's a dragon in this Christmas movie.
So this is The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus from 1985.
Yep. The interesting thing about this is this was not part of the Rankin Bass universe, the Christmas movies they were doing. This is based off a book by L. Frank Baum.
Who wrote Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
And I think that could be a reason why it worked as well as it did. It
Yeah.
comes from a longer story that has everything set out, everything laid out. So I think that the plot really developed.
I want to read that
well,
book.
I know. I kind of want to get it now. Also, I didn't know there were 14 books in The Wizard of Oz, but I kind of want to get those
That's another
too.
tangent.
Yeah. I really liked this one. I thought the story was interesting.
Yeah.
I thought the puppets were
This one?
beautiful.
Bar none, had the best puppets and the best designs and sets.
Yeah.
The best settings. The only other one that came close was the Little Drummer
Yeah,
Boy.
I would agree. And I think that they were good in different ways. Like, this one is a fantasy movie.
Yep.
So, like, the sets are very whimsical. They're very colorful. They're very vibrant and beautiful. And
You can
there's
tell
a
they went
lot going
all
on.
out with this.
Yeah. The puppets, though, like, so there's a moment in the beginning where it's like, the immortals are here.
Yes.
And, like, so all of the immortals are, like, coming down the set of steps to meet with, like, the king of the forest. And their designs are stunning.
Yeah.
Like, they are so pretty, just as sculptures. Like, they're so pretty. And I was like, wow, this is going to be great. And I really like that they included, like, the king of the forest, the forest god.
Yeah.
They
He was
made
called
him...
the Great Ack.
They made him with the horns, like he looked the part.
Yep.
Like his puppet was just really, really pretty. And this is one of the movies that do a musical with the songs the way a musical should be done.
Okay.
So there's a song towards the beginning where it's a babe in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what happens is they find a baby, and so that the baby doesn't die, the god of the woods gives it to a lioness and says, hey, don't eat it. You're going to raise it. And it'll be good. And a fairy is like, actually, I want the baby. So she goes, she takes the baby, and then they make an agreement that she will raise the baby in this world of immortals with fairies and all of the gods
I
and
found,
the deities.
not to get religious, but I found a lot of parallels to the Garden of Eden, to where all these animals live in harmony.
It is very Eden-esque.
Like the lions aren't violent.
Which isn't solely a Garden of Eden thing. That is very common in a lot of like creation myths,
just
where everything is harmonious.
What it reminded me of.
But what I like is that
like,
it's not
you have
necessarily
all these different animals.
I think it was Shiera.
Shiegra. I have that written down.
It wasn't that Shiegra wasn't violent, because he did say, like, if I didn't tell her to take care of him, that would have been her dinner.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not that she wouldn't kill something because she would have eaten him.
I was under the impression that all species, like, lived in harmony.
I think that's a big part of it, because we also have the main elf, whose name I can't remember, but he speaks all of the languages. And
Tingler, I believe.
And he was teaching Claus to speak all of the languages.
Yeah.
So, which is a big part of the jokes, where he would be like, you know, Sparrow or Spanish, like, that he couldn't always remember which was which, so he'd be whistling like birds, and he'd be like, no, I said Spanish, like, and, you know, it was very cute. But for that Babe in the Woods montage, it goes through the babyhood, the childhood, the teenagehood into manhood.
Yeah.
All in one song, and it does it very cleverly, where it moves everything forward. You get to see all of these characters interact with Claus as he's growing up. So you get not only...
Which ties in later, because he uses what he learned when he becomes
an
the
adult,
character we
and
know.
So I think that's the way that I like to see musicals done, because you get the relationship between the main character and the side characters. You get the personality of the main character and the side characters. You get all of the important information that you need, and then it's like, okay, now we're moving on. That took 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like, that was a note that I had down, was like, this is how you do a musical.
Yeah.
You don't stop everything to sing a song, then you talk about the song. Like, you just let that song tell the story. I think I really like that. I like that the elves weren't like, it wasn't just, oh, this man shows up and, you know, finds all these little elves and they all work for him. These elves and fairies are his family.
Yeah.
Like, they're his family that are helping him. So when Claus becomes a young man, the Great Axe, like, takes him to see the world.
Yeah.
And while he's seeing the world, he's seeing children that aren't getting joy. So either they're being treated poorly, they're
working
they're
away
hungry,
in the fields,
and they're not allowed to eat. He's seeing children training to be samurai where they're being punished. He's seeing wealthy children that like don't have the love of their parents even though they have wealth. So he's seeing all of these kids and he's like, well, that's it. I'm gonna dedicate my life to children, to making children happy. And we see another montage of him like building his life where he becomes like, he starts as a young man and then he goes into like the prime of manhood into like an older man.
Yeah.
And we see him like reading books to kids and making them toys and really just living a life dedicated to making other people happy.
Yeah.
And that's when he sings a song, and it's been stuck in my head. I hear you humming it and your mix of Christmas
He doesn't
songs.
sing it. The kids sing it to him.
Because he makes them, so they find an orphan outside of his house. So he's whittling.
Yeah.
He's making a little statue. And they hear an orphan calling for help. So they bring him in, they warm him up, they get his story. And they have a little cat.
Yeah.
In the house. And he goes, oh, what a pretty cat. Like, I wish I had a cat. And Claus is sculpting this cat. And he
Yeah.
goes, well, why don't you go to bed, and when you wake up, I'll have a big surprise.
Yeah.
So, and he sculpts a little replica of this cat, and he calls it a toy, and he gives it to the little boy, and the little boy goes to the orphanage and shows all the kids, and the kids are like, we want one too.
Yeah.
And the song is called A Big Surprise.
Yep.
A little black cat with
Yeah.
yellow-green eyes.
Because the cat's name is
And-
Blinky, and the whole time we were thinking
And
of
I
our
was like,
little
it's
girl.
Luna!
We were
It's
thinking of
my
our little girl.
baby.
We want to wake up to a big surprise
A little black cat
with yellow-green eyes.
And it's just like, it's a really sweet song. I hate the sound of children singing, but I really enjoyed it. So that's saying
No, this was a
lot.
good one.
And I think that I like
Baby girl.
the progression of how he becomes Santa Claus.
I agree.
So it's not just like, oh, you know, he works in a factory or he's already a toy maker. It shows like how he becomes a toy maker,
Yeah.
how he starts making toys.
Yep.
The progression, so we see like all of the kids have that same sculpture of the cat. It
Yeah.
all looks the same. They're all like ecstatic. They're happy to have it. But then we see him starting to branch out of like, well, I think I'm going to call this one a doll, and I'd like to give it to this girl.
Yep.
And it's like we see him starting to make other types of toys. So I think that the storyline of like how Santa becomes Santa, this one is definitely my favorite. And
Yeah.
the whole plot point is this table of immortals are discussing this is Claus's last trip as Claus. When
Yeah.
he comes home, he's going to be greeted with death.
Yes.
So they want to grant him immortality.
Yes.
But they need to have permission from all of the immortals to grant him immortality. So it's the Great Axe telling his story, telling the story of Claus to try and get them to give him immortality.
Yeah.
And the villain was really short. They kind of came and went.
Yeah, they came and went, but they left an impression.
They were really cool. The design was really cool.
Yeah, I like the design. I like the
don't remember
voices.
what
They're
they were
called
called.
the Aguas.
The Aguas.
And King Agua, their introduction is very interesting because we're going through this happy, like, kids are bringing joy, he's
Yeah.
making all the toys, and then a rock is thrown through the window, and it has a message that's just like, hey, you better quit that shit. You make another toy, and we're coming after you.
Yeah. And it's like, I think they're very Krampus-esque
Yeah,
of like,
but it describes
they
that,
want
like, yes.
they make the kids do bad things.
Yes.
So they're kind of like demon-esque of like
Mm-hmm.
tempters and
They can turn invisible, which is
Yeah.
why nobody can see them.
yeah. So, and basically what's happening every time Claus is trying to take toys to the kids, they're being attacked by the Agua, and the Aguas are stealing their toys, and then they aren't getting to deliver toys to the kids.
Yeah. And this reaches a boiling point.
Yeah. You know, they try a lot of different things of like, okay, maybe I'll go this time, or maybe we'll go at night, or I'll go
Yeah.
by myself. And it reaches the point where the Great Axe is like, he gets involved.
Yeah.
And he tries to call to the Agua and say, hey, you need to knock it off. Like, he's one of us. You need to leave
Yeah.
him alone. And the Aguas are like, hey, this is our land. You can't tell us what to do.
Yeah.
And because you got involved, we're going to go kill him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they were trying to kill him, but they kidnap him.
They
like,
It was getting to the
it is
point
very
where,
nefarious.
like, yeah.
It makes you believe that they're going to kill him.
I think so because when they kidnap him the first time, they drop him in a ditch with a cobra and a spider.
Yeah. So it's very elusive to like, because you got involved, we're going to kill him.
Because that's why the Great Axe is just like, knock it off, because if you hurt him, it's war.
Yeah.
And they're
then
just
they
like,
do
we're
hurt
going
him.
to.
So war breaks out between the
Yeah,
immortals.
it's so cool.
And yeah, it was a really cool. That was the first one that we saw like action sequence with the puppets.
Yeah.
In the stop motion. So I think that it was a
There's
really...
also like beautiful symbolism. So
Yeah.
like this dragon, it's the first thing that comes forth, and it has like the Rodan screech
Yeah.
from Godzilla movies and all that.
And the Agua the whole time, you're like, look at how silly they are. They've
Yeah.
come to fight with sticks. And you
Yeah.
have like the fairies all holding a branch.
And look how powerful we are. We have a dragon, we
Yeah.
have a cyclops, we have
And-
demons.
Yeah. And then it's like they basically sick the dragon. and the one fairy is like, I've got it, and she just like waves her stick, and it reverses the fire, and the dragon like burns up. And I think that's when the Agua are like, shit. Like, oh, they might be more powerful than we thought.
Yeah, and there's a beautiful attack where it's one of the Agua, and he gets turned into a flower that wilts.
Yeah.
And it's
it
just
wilts
like
and dies, and it's like, oh shit.
An interesting way to use like nature
and
overpowering like evil and stuff like that, which is just beautiful.
Yeah, it was a really magnificent scene, and it didn't linger.
No.
A lot of times action sequences like that can kind of go on a little bit too long. But I think they really got the point across. We saw, I want to say 4 or 5 of the Agua get destroyed in some
Their
way.
monsters get killed, and then I think like the last 2 flee, but
Run
acts
away.
like
And
onward, and then later he's like, the Agua are no more.
Yeah. So it's like we get to see the power from both sides, and then the completion of the battle is off screen.
Yep.
And I really love the conclusion of like they grant him immortality.
Yeah.
And we see like the progression of some of the immortals being like, well, why should we?
Yeah.
What makes him so special?
Exactly.
And then it's like, that's when you go back and you see the difference that he's making in the world and like the reindeer. But we also see a sense of his mortality.
Yeah.
Of like, he's told, yes, you can borrow these reindeer, but have them back before sunrise.
Yeah.
And he comes back a minute late. And he goes, you're late. Like, I told you it had to be this time. And he's like, it was only a minute afterwards. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So you can still see that he's not perfect.
Right.
So, like, he's trying. He's doing his best. He's making children happy. He's really in it for everyone else, but he's also not perfect.
Yeah.
Which I think is really important, because if not, you reach that type of character where it's like, well, you have no flaw. Like,
no flaws.
It's kind of annoying. I think for me, the only thing it was missing was a nice little plump Mrs. Claus. There was no Mrs. Claus, which was
there
a
was no
little
love
sad.
story whatsoever in this.
No,
Which is
not in a romantic
necessarily
sense,
needed, but for
not
the
in a
story of
romantic
Santa
sense.
Claus, I think it would have been nice if
Mrs.
this
Claus,
one
you
had
know.
the introduction of Mrs. Claus. But then again,
But-
probably wasn't even in the book.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It like, depending on how closely it follows the book.
That's what
But
I'm curious about. But I do
think
want to say
for
it
me,
left
the puppets were
the
just-
movie as a whole left one quote that I really liked,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where Klaus asks the great Ack, "What is man's purpose?" And he says, "To leave the world in some way better than he found it." And I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah. And I love it
Beautiful.
because the whole point.
So therefore,
I think that it was. I know that we teeter between it. I liked it better than A Year Without a Santa Claus.
but it won't let me.
The program is like, no, we know you don't actually want that.
Heat Miser and Snow Miser, like, we're gonna work together to keep that movie in second place.
But yeah, that's definitely one that I would watch like every year. I think that it's a really beautiful movie, and not only aesthetics but in meaning. And I mean, I really love it.
I would love more people to watch that.
Yeah, I think it's very underrated.
If you love fantasy, give it a shot.
Yeah.
If you love stop motion animation, please watch it.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
We got 2 left.
Yeah. So the next one is a very short one.
Yep.
It's The First Christmas, 1975. So this one is one that we were talking about earlier, where it's like, this is how they did blindness,
Yeah.
but just possibly a little bit better.
Yeah.
So we have our shepherd boy who gets struck by lightning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what causes him to go blind.
Yeah.
And he is taken to, it's not a convent, but he's taken in by the nuns.
Yes.
And kind of taken care of while he's healing. And it was fine. I
Yeah.
would put it in wasn't a fan, just because it was very,
I was like, man, I don't know about this. I liked Angela Lansbury's performance, but I
Yeah.
always love Angela Lansbury, even when we watch Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah,
where
it's
she-
Angela
yeah,
Lansbury. And you're
she's
like, this
just-
is kind
she's
of
a
a
gem.
dumb movie. I'm like, fair enough.
yeah, she's a gem. Have you seen it? So you say you would never put it above The Year Without a Santa Claus?
She said another masterpiece,
Yeah.
but I
mean,
would never put it above A Year Without a Santa Claus.
I think a lot of it is nostalgia. Like, if
A lot,
one is
but not all.
nostalgic, yeah, if one is nostalgic for you, but really, almost none of them are nostalgic for me, so I liked it better.
They're both masterpieces. I love the fantasy aspect, but The Year Without a Santa Claus is a traditional Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, the first
And
Christmas.
A Year Without a Santa Claus has a Mrs. Claus.
It does. It does.
The best Mrs.
Yeah,
Claus.
She is so cute. First of all, the asshole priest, Father Thomas.
Oh, man. If you thought Santa from Rudolph was bad, I think this guy's much worse.
Oh, he sucks. So, like, the nuns bring in this little boy.
Yeah.
Who's very clearly, like, a child.
Yeah.
And the first thing the priest does when he walks in, he goes, "Who's that? Why is he in my bed?"
Yep.
Like, get rid of him. Why is he here? And this whole time the nuns are like, well, he was struck by lightning.
Yeah.
He's really sick. Like, he's here. We're taking care of him. And he's like, no, where is his parents? His parents can come get him. He doesn't need to be here. Like, his family will take care of him. And then they have to be like, well, he doesn't have a family. And he's like, oh, well, then send him to the orphanage. He doesn't need to be here.
Minor setback, Father Thomas. We'll get rid of it in the morning.
I know, like, it's just terrible, 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 terrible.
Well, then they decorate for Christmas because it's in a couple weeks.
I know,
And he's
there's
like, tear it down!
And they sing a song about how they're so excited to decorate for Christmas. And the one nun is like, yeah, we thought we would do some of the decorating now so that we're not rushed last minute. And he's like, no, it's too early. Take it down. Take it all down. Yeah. And then they sing another song as they're like packing up all the like Christmas ornaments and like taking down the garlands. And I'm like, what an asshole, man.
Yeah.
Like,
well, this was the movie where I felt personally attacked by Sister Catherine. Because Father Thomas is trying to be like, all right, what's the meaning of this explanation? And Catherine's just like bumbling and fumbling. And I'm just like, ah, shit, I can relate to that. It's like there was a boy, and then it was lightning.
And the geese are nice.
And the ducks. And then she's like, and he's just like, all right, Sister Mary, what is she talking about?
Yeah. But yeah, the whole point is like this little blind kid
wants a white Christmas.
Wants a white Christmas. He wants it to snow. It doesn't snow where they're at, and the main nun, Sister Teresa.
Sister Teresa
tells him a story about how she misses the snow, and she really loves the snow, and her dad used to sing lullabies to her about it snowing. So he's like, well, I love Sister Teresa. She takes care of me.
Yeah.
So like, I would want it to snow so that she could see the snow, even if I can't see it.
Yeah.
I know it's there, and she would be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And through the magic of Christmas and friendship, they put on the nativity, like the first Christmas, where the children do like the nativity story, which I relate to. I did that every year growing up. So during that, it starts to snow because the magic of Christmas, and then he all of a sudden,
and that would have been fine,
isn't blind anymore.
Yeah, like, I have a note. Yeah. I'm just like, he can see.
Yeah.
Listen,
like,
for all the issues I have, and this isn't a Christmas movie, but follow me here, with the movie Quest for Camelot, one of the things that I absolutely admire was that Garrett doesn't magically get his vision back. He stays blind, and that's not something that has to be fixed.
Yeah.
He's accepted as a character.
Well, I mean, I talk about that in the video for Quest on Camelot, where it's like...
Quest on Camelot?
Quest for Camelot. Where, like, you don't have to be fixed, and there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
And go watch the video. It's fine.
Even Cricket on the Hearth, she doesn't get her vision back, does she? Yeah, she stays blind.
But yeah, and it's not even the fact that it's like, oh, he can see again. It's like the magic of the snow.
Yeah.
And tears of love is what fixes his, and then it's done. It's over. That's all that is left. Like, there was a really weird part where, like, the kids were trying to, like, play a joke, and they, like, take his sheep, and then all of his sheep get out, and they're almost eaten by wolves.
They're like, beware of the wolves, and nothing happens.
Yeah, it was very anticlimactic, and I'm like, what was the point of that? Like, it was a short movie to begin with. It was 24 minutes, but, like...
Seemed like it was afraid to commit to an idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like... I don't know. I wasn't a big fan. I don't think it deserves...
Like, someone's just like, oh,
I don't think it
he's going to lose
Cricket
the
on
sheep,
the Hearth level,
and they're going to go into danger, and someone's like, what if they didn't? Okay,
Yeah.
then they come back and just find the sheep.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, but we'll put one sheep in a hole. And then they'll get the sheep out of the hole.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine. Yeah, so it was just really anticlimactic of I'd put it before Pinocchio.
Before Pinocchio.
Just it was only 24 minutes where Pinocchio was an hour. I would rather
Oh yeah, it
24
was.
minutes to an hour. Yeah, that's really all I have to say on that.
All right. And last but not least.
The final one, Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yep.
1970.
Exactly. This one has Fred Astaire as the mailman, Mickey Rooney as Kris Kringle and Claus, Paul Frees, who has done a lot of voice work in these films. He's very much the John. Oh shit! I'm probably gonna botch his last name, but he's in a lot of Pixar movies. It's like John Louisiano or whatever the hell. The Helena Bonham Carter of the Rankin Bass movies.
I was going to say, you're asking the wrong person here.
Yeah. Paul Frees is the Johnny Depp of the Rankin Bass movies. He's the Burgermeister in this. Okay. He's Winterbolt in Christmas in July.
Yeah.
He's another character in Jack Frost whose name escapes me. And for this movie, it was between this and A Year Without a Santa Claus. Would be like, these are going to be my favorites. I know it. And I still very much like it. However,
it's fine. I mean, it's better than fine. It's
better than fine.
It's definitely top tier, but it's, for me, again, having not seen it, like, I had not seen this one before. This was the first time that I saw it.
Yeah.
There were some things that I really didn't like.
Yeah.
The music, for one, with the exception of Put One Foot in Front of the Other, because I was familiar with that song and
like
the classics.
The title song.
I was not a fan of the music. I don't like the weird psychedelic break for Jessica.
When Jessica takes LSD.
I know. There was like a weird moment where I guess she like dropped acid and now we're in like a psychedelic music video.
Lyrics. I like the lyrics of the song.
I was distracted.
Fair enough.
I honestly don't even remember the lyrics.
She went from strawberry blonde to blonde blonde.
Yeah. And it's like, I like the point of the song is like her being like, this isn't what I want to be, and changing, and like she's changing for herself, but and we see that reflected in like she goes from having a black dress to a blue dress, and
come on, this movie had Topper.
I do like Topper. He's cute. He's a cutie patootie. I do absolutely love Winter though.
Winter Warlock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was such a little gem.
You did the pouty face when he melted away into a kind person. And he was like a choo. It's melting my icy heart.
One of the notes I have on here is Santa Claus healing childhood trauma, like healing your inner child here, because he does the same thing with Jessica, where she's like, no, you have to go, get out of here, and he hands her a doll, and she's like, a dolly, I've always wanted a dolly, and then she kisses it, and I'm just like, oh, she's healing the inner child.
Yeah, I loved that detail. Looking back, because I double checked, I didn't like how Christmas in July wasn't quite accurate to the wedding. So when Santa Claus is coming to town, no church would accept them because they were banished from town because he becomes an outlaw.
Yeah.
And they're married under the first Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And then in Christmas in July, because I double checked, there's a flashback, and they're married in a church.
Well,
And it's weird because that movie...
Okay, so Santa Claus is Coming to Town was 1970. When was...
80-something.
Well, The Year Without a Santa Claus was 1974.
Okay, 1974 was Year Without a Santa Claus, but I believe I'm talking about Christmas in July.
Rudolph.
That was the
1979.
Wedding. 1979. And that was the movie that went out of its way to, like, redo some scenes from previous Rankin Bass movies. Yeah. So it was just interesting that they didn't have that consistency.
The fluidity. I don't think that's a make or break for me for this, though.
It was just more of a, missed opportunity. Bummer. I did like the very cool puppet to 2D artifact that they would have of just like the toy ball would jump into the book and now it's a drawing of a book.
That's one of those things where I'm like, how did they do that? Like this is 1970.
Yeah.
How did they? That's not CG. CG wasn't a thing yet. Like how did they do that? Like on a technical standpoint, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm such a nitpicky person. and I can't help it, but it is what it is. I really hate that they're like, oh, well, what's wrong with Burgermeister? He broke his funny bone, and then it's his leg that's broken. Like, I don't know if that's a part of the joke. Like, oh, it's his funny bone. He can't take a joke. But, like, your funny bone is in your arm, man. Not your leg. Like, it just pissed me off a little bit. So much that I wrote a note on it.
I really liked the attention to detail of, so we're in Somber Town, and even Miss Jessica has slightly muted colors.
Yeah.
And then after her song,
they're brighter.
It becomes a brighter color. Which is excellent storytelling through animation.
Absolutely.
I always love stuff like that.
I do like that Santa Claus, well, Kris Kringle.
Yeah.
Right?
He starts as Kris Kringle. I do appreciate his flaws. Yeah.
So the kid is like, why? And he's like, I don't know. I just don't like your face. Like,
Santa goes demonic in some of these shots.
Like, his eyes just solid black.
You did the classic, laugh wheeze when he was just like, oh shit, afraid of toys?
Well, no, because she was like, in danger. She's
in
like,
danger,
you're putting us
yes.
all in danger. And he goes, in danger? And then his whole eyeball is solid black. I'm like, whoa! Santa just went demon! Like, I had to rewind it.
Well, because I was writing a note, and you're just like, "Oh my god!" And you did the wheeze, so I'm like, "I have to see this."
Oh my god, it was funny. I was dying. He does it like 2 other times in the movie. Where
this
he just
has
goes, like,
the
demon.
best facial expressions.
Oh yeah,
which is odd because even Year Without a Santa Claus didn't go this heavy on the facial expressions with these characters.
Have a lot of facial expressions, which again, for stop animation, when you're using a solid puppet, is really impressive.
And then we have the becoming of Mr. and Mrs. Claus at the end.
Yeah.
And they are adorable.
I was like, Jessica's proof of comfort weight. I love that she's a very petite woman, and then at the end, she's just like a nice, plump little old lady, and I'm just like, yes! I love her. I like the intro with the cast. That was my first note. I like it better when those things are done cleverly instead of just like, we're going to play a song with like a background and just run the cast along.
No, it was really nice.
Like the mailman, it was on the letters and the packages, and it was very cleverly done. And
this movie overall had some of the best presentation.
I love when movies do that. I would 100% agree.
Yeah.
That this had the best presentation.
So for me, it's here.
Yeah. I would 1,000,000% agree with that.
Yeah.
So
Santa Claus is coming to town.
The only part I would change for myself would be flipping those two, and that would
if it lets me.
And that would be based on the day. Like
it is not moving.
Yeah. I think that the program is like absolutely not. But yeah, I think some of the...
He's like, you get your Wizard of Oz out of this Rankin Bass for ranking.
I think some of the songs and some of the language used in this one has aged poorly.
Yeah.
You know, the whole song about come sit on my lap and give me a kiss. I'm like, ew.
Catchy, but the lyrics
Please don't
are
do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's creepy. I don't like it. But I think, like, back at that time, like, in the 1970s, it wasn't creepy.
No.
Whereas now it is creepy.
It's
been creepy since we've been kids. It's been creepy. So, like...
Yeah. Especially in today's climate.
Yeah, I don't think it aged
with the PDF
very
files.
Well. Yeah. But overall, it was fun to watch. I didn't feel the length of the movie.
Didn't feel the length? Nope.
It didn't feel like it took an hour, whereas, like, Cricket on the Hearth, I was like, oh my god, it's been an hour and a half and we're only 10 minutes into the movie.
So that's our ranking.
Yeah.
Before we do our final thoughts, is there anything other than Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, because I just can't get it to work, anything that you would move or change or you find is not a fair ranking?
I don't know. I think that it's all pretty fair. And I do think that maybe some of them
like,
would
I
shift.
stand by a lot of these.
Yeah, I think some of them would shift slightly.
Yeah.
Based on the day that we watch it, like how we're feeling at the time. But I think that it's a pretty accurate...
I would put the original Frosty the Snowman a bit higher, but I'm not going to die on that hill.
Yeah. I mean, again, we watched it so early into, like, our binge watching that maybe it could go up or, farther. But for me, it just was never a super impactful one. I like the sequel and the other Frosty movies much better than the original.
Okay.
The original one just wasn't my favorite. But no, I think that that's a pretty good representation of how I feel.
Yeah.
For
And
these.
it's pretty damn accurate for mine. You're Without a Santa Claus at number 1.
Yeah.
I knew it!
If it wasn't, if it was for something other than Christmas movies, the Leprechaun one would be a little bit higher, but it's
Yes.
based on
I can
based on
agree
them
to
being
that.
Christmas movies, and that one I just feel like isn't a Christmas movie. It just doesn't make sense as Christmas. So
I feel like with that one, I started to realize they were running out of ideas.
yeah.
And that's further enforced by the last one they do is not their idea. It's an adaptation of L. Frank Baum,
Yeah.
which I think speaks a lot of how I think they were losing steam.
And it's
A shame that that was their last hurrah.
And the studio
and it was
did
so
shut
good.
down, but I did learn that Rankin and Bass, so Rankin Jr. died, and I think 2018.
Yeah, one of them
It
died
was-
relatively
And
recently.
then Bass died in 2022.
That's the one that died
So-
recently.
I was like, oh my gosh, I
a couple
thought
years ago.
these were old men at the time of making these. I didn't think that they had passed away so soon. So it makes me wonder what they were up to in that span of time from 85 when they stopped making Rankin Bass movies to the time of their death.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they stopped creating, they just didn't have that studio anymore. So
Okay.
Rankin Bass Studio shut down. But I did learn the only 2 surviving puppets are Rudolph and I believe it was the Santa Claus
From Rudolph. Yeah.
Those are the only 2 surviving puppets, and they are in a museum. They were purchased from a private seller for $500,000 a piece. And they're in a film museum now. So the other puppets are either in possession of private ownership or have been destroyed.
Yeah.
So, which makes me really, really sad for some of those gorgeous puppets.
Damn, no Winterbolt puppet.
Yeah.
The MVP. If we were ranking villains, Winterbolt would be at the top
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, he was.
He was so much fun.
He was ruthless too. He had no
Yep.
problem killing an entire family.
Exactly.
You saw it too.
Yeah.
He just laughed.
All right, well, we hope you all have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I have another video that I'm planning to put together around New Year's. I don't know if it'll come out New Year's Eve or a little later. So
Yeah,
look forward
we're
to
gonna
that.
Play it by ear. So.
Thank you so much for watching,
Yeah.
and we'll see you next time. And
Toodles.
if you catch this video later, please in the comments, tell us some of your thoughts on the Rankin Bass classics. Some of your favorites and ones you agree or disagree with.
And Riss, I'll do some research before Christmas tomorrow. So I'll see if I can find it.